Okay, good morning, everybody. This is Uncle P from Super Easy Forex, and I'm excited for you guys today. This is a huge, long process that we went through to get this thing ready for you guys. And I truly believe that this is going to change a lot of you guys' trading career. Okay, what do I mean by that? For those who were in class yesterday, I focused our lesson on teaching you that the job of a Forex coach or any coach is to help you be better by becoming your optometrist. And what I meant by that is when you're trading in the markets, it's just you and this freaking computer. Okay. It's just you and these candlesticks or bar charts or whatever, wrinkle bars, whatever you're using. It's just you and them. And therefore, every trade you take is based off of your interpretation of what you see. Now, we got a lot of people in here already. Good morning to everybody. And this is just a presentation. We'll do a short question answer, and then I'll let you guys go and do your thing. And then on next week, we can come back and go into more detail after you had time to use it if you want to get it. Okay. But do you guys get what I'm saying so far? Based on what you see is how you're going to make money in this business. So if you don't see things correctly, then things won't work correctly for you. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Type a 10 in the box if you understand what I'm saying. And this is a principle that goes across the board in your life. Everything you do and see is based off of your interpretation. So when you go to counseling, when you go to a preacher or anything else, what are they trying to do? To reshift the way you see things. Okay. And today, this is what this presentation is about. For some of you guys, you're doing a magnificent job. You're killing it. You're doing your thing. But for some, you still may need to see it a different way. And today, you're going to be presented with information to show you how you can look at the charts in a totally different way. That's going to be exciting. Now, let me say this up front. Couple of things. Number one, and here's the principle. If you help me help the poor, then I will help you. And I'll say that again. And this is a key feature because when we go through this presentation, you're going to see exactly what I mean. Okay. Because this was birthed to help you, but for you to also help me help the poor. And when you see how this whole thing works, you're going to say, oh my, well, I'm hoping that you would say that. I know I am. I'm like, wow. So anyway, so the theme is I will help you while you help me help the poor. Everybody agree to that? Type of 200 if you're okay with that. I told you a long time ago, Uncle P is not waiting on no politicians or anybody else to freaking do things that I know needs to be done in our local communities. I am tired of them playing their political games and everything else. And meanwhile, the poor is suffering. So in my own little way, I'm going to find a way to keep on tackling these situations that I know exist in these communities, and nobody want to say anything because they pushing the can or putting it on somebody else. Then it's supposed to be on the politicians, and then they sitting up there voting and taking their sweet time. Meanwhile, they eating lobster and all this stuff and eating good, and these people need help. So Uncle P is going to find a way to get it done with or without people. But in this situation, I can have you help me while I help you. Okay? All right. Next, as I go through the presentation, the one thing I will not do with this particular one, and you'll see because this thing is so powerful, there's many ways to use it. So unlike simplicity, I gave you some general, which you can always customize and use simplicity however you want as well. But in simplicity, we were focused on a couple of specific strategies such as the D1, D15, D30, or the 415 strategy. We had specific strategies we focused on. On this one is going to give you the liberty to just do your own thing with it, okay? Because there's too many different ways to use this and approach it. So it'll be totally up to you. So that is the rule, okay? If you agree with that, type in 200 in the box, okay? Because this particular tools that I'm going to present to you guys today can be used so many different ways. So I don't want to box you guys in with my ideas on how to use it. It's just here's something that is very unique in my opinion that I think is going to help you make a killing in the markets, but at the same time, do it the way you see fit. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now, let's go through the presentation. So the name of the new system, here it is. Y'all ready? Da, 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 da. The name of the new system is called the Sexy Analyst. Come on now, that's a hot stuff. Oh, listen, when y'all see this, yeah, I mean, your chart's gonna be so, I'm telling you, this just makes these charts so sexy. And that's why I came up with the name, because when I was using it, I'm like, oh my God, these some sexy setups. And so thus we came up with the name, the Sexy Analyst. Come on now, you know that's hot. Come on now. Yeah, baby. Boy, there's some hot stuff. The Sexy Analyst. Okay, so here's the deal. If y'all know, but here's the deal. If you are available and you can follow along with this, the new website for it is loveyourcharts.com. Again, loveyourcharts.com. I'm going to walk you through the website, let you go through this, let you see what this is all about. And then we're going to go to the charts, and you guys should be blown away. If not, I understand. It's all good. But you should be blown away. I promise you this is going to be life-changing for many of you guys, okay? So on the website, as you can see, is the opening line. Been trading for months or years and still not successful? All right, well, that could be, that can end today with who? The Sexy Analyst. All right. Anyway, before you log in, there will be a login button. So if you are a member, if you decide to, there is a login button. You just log in right here. And then when you do, and we'll go through every step. So just wait for the presentation. I'm gonna go through all of it. Then this will convert from saying login to training button, and it'll take you to the training, which will go to that. So y'all gonna like this stuff. All right. So what is it? Basically, there's 6 trading tools, well, 5 plus a bonus in it, that you're going to be getting 5 different trading tools. And a lot of these are common tools that you can get on the internet anywhere. But we took those basic tools that you almost all traders around the globe tend to use anyway, and we put our special touch on them to enhance them for better trading experience and an automated process. And when we get to the live charts, you'll begin to see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so and I'll go through these one by one when we get a little bit deeper in there, okay? And you'll see some pictures of different examples and da-da-da-da-da. So that's going to be here. And guess what? It comes with not 1, but 2 scanners. Yeah, that's right. So you got this 5-in-1 plus bonus. So it's basically a 6-in-1 trading tool plus 2 scanners that comes with it. And I'll show you those in a minute, okay? And so when you get to the website, make sure to just click the play button so you can see what this is all about. This is just one of the 2 scanners, and you're going to see how crazy and powerful this is, okay? Here's 7 live trades. Let's take a look at this one for an example. Well, actually, let's hold up. Not yet. Let's get down here. The cost of this program is only going to be, and I'm going to get this out of the way, so if you want to pay attention to it, cool. If not, not a big deal. But here's what it's all about. It's our 2910 plan. For 29 bucks a month, you have all these different tools. It's only 29 bucks, dirt cheap. But here's the reason why we're doing that. Because 10% of your monthly fee is going to be donated to many of these organizations. As a matter of fact, we got an email from a person this morning, and we sent money to them because it's an emergency situation in their country. We've been primarily focused ourselves with this particular company, World Food Program. Because of what's happening with Ukraine, there's over 2 million people who are displaced, or if not more. And a lot of those people are actually don't have food, they don't have water, they don't have adequate clothing, and it's freezing out there. So before we even launched this is where since the war began, basically, Super Easy and myself, we've been donating that to you. So again, This is only 29 bucks a month, okay? And you can use it. If you don't want it, it's cool, okay? So we're getting the price out of the way. So if that is an issue, there you go, okay? But we're donating out of this. Some of you guys might remember during the Christmas holiday season where I ran that special for Simplicity and Scanner and stuff, and we were able to raise money to be able to donate to all those organizations. This is going to be something that's going to be done on a monthly basis. So that's the reason why we did it on a monthly versus just doing an outright one-time thing, because I want to generate enough income to be able to give to these people on a regular donation. And this, let me say this first, this is not only the only thing we're going to be doing, but a lot of this will have to be in cash, because when we're out there on the street in helping the homeless, there's people laying on the streets and stuff like that. So more than that will be going, but I'm just showing you guys what's happening, okay? If that's it with the price, okay, we're good? All right, now let's move on. All right, now what is it? Let's get over here to the charts. And by the way, where are these coming from? If you actually want to do this too, I've been using this for a long time. PayPal has a fundraiser hub right here, basically, where you can actually choose different organizations, and they have tons of them in here, and you can put in the ones you want or whatever, and this donations go directly to those companies, okay? They go directly to it. So for an example, and I'll show you this, and then let's get to the charts, and I'll show you what I mean. World Food, okay? So if I just put that abbreviation in, it's going to pull up a whole list, and here's many of these organizations, and all of them have been vetted, and I know for sure that they're nonprofit organizations. The main one we're focusing on is this one here. I've been donating since the Ukraine war, since it began. I've been donating to this one and others, okay? So that's what that is for. So when you look at the website again, that's where these companies, so when you can look on the website and you can vet them, okay, and you can see. All right, there we go. Okay, are y'all ready for the charts now? Type a yes if you're ready for the charts. Okay, so again, if you help me by raising funds through this program, I'm going to help you to make money. All right, and the fee is so low until one trade will be enough to cover anything that you're doing for this program. So it's a no-brainer, no excuse situation, okay? All right, let me switch the charts. Okay, now, if you can see my screen, my trading screen, please type a yes. See, I don't want to go through a whole presentation, because some people, they go through a whole presentation and you never pay attention to one word they say. Why? Because all you thinking about, okay, how much is this going to cost? How much is this going to, y'all ever been in one of them things? And you just in there, okay, how much is this going to cost? So you're really not paying attention to nothing they saying, because it sounds good, but you still like, no, hold on, this is going to cost a grip. No, I'd rather just get out the way. Hey, if 29 bucks is a hardship for you, I get it. But if it ain't nothing, then I get it too. Let's rock and roll with it. So here's one of the scanners, okay? And I'm gonna show you unique features on it. This one is a trend line scanner. I'm going to get to the indicator itself, but I'm gonna explain each one of these first. I call these, as you guys, and those who have Simplicity who attend class, you just hired 2 additional employees for 29 bucks. Did you hear what I said? For those who don't know, I treat my scanners as my employees, because I don't have to sit in front of my charts staring at the charts all the time. They do the heavy lifting by scanning the charts 24 hours a day, as long as the markets are open, and they send me an alert to let me know when an opportunity has presented itself. If there's no opportunity, I don't need to be sitting around at the charts. So they do the heavy lifting, and once they send me the alert, all I have to do is look at the trade setup, see if I like it. If I like it, I take it. If I don't like it, then I'm cool and I move on. Now that my time is freed up. So a lot of you guys, when you see me out and about walking or on vacation or this and that, that's because I don't need to sit in front of these charts. So for $29, guess what? You're getting 2 new employees. And the first one is your auto trend scanner, okay? And I'm going to go through detail, so we'll see how that works, okay? And we actually added an additional feature on these scanners that was not on the original scanner for simplicity. I have my second scanner here. Whoa, look at here. Lit. How would you like to, look at there. Wait. Some popped up. Okay, that's this simplicity. Okay, I got that one. How would you like to know where there's a strong support and resistance level on a particular time frame on a particular pair? Would that make a difference in your trading career? Now, of course, there's other tools out there, but you have to manually sit there and stare at it and wait. Okay, versus when the opportunity presents itself, you get an alert and voila. And you get to choose what time frame you want that set on. Okay, and we'll go through that momentarily. Okay, now let's get to the indicator itself. This is one way to use it. This is one of my favorite ways, and I'm going to go through how many pairs? I'm going to go through this week. I'm going to go through 10 different pairs and let you guys see the setups, and you tell me if you don't see what I'm seeing. So how would you like, one of the biggest problems with people is, and again, there's other tools out there, but they don't work like ours. Okay, so number one of the biggest things that traders talk about all the time is, oh, I have to do what? Mark up my charts. Type of 100 if you agree. That's one of the biggest things you hear traders talk about, and they spend a lot of time marking up each individual chart, drawing these trend lines, and then they erase them because it doesn't look right. Maybe it's this way, maybe it ain't. And they spend, do you know, I spent $500. I was so serious about learning this stuff. I spent $500 on a course just to learn from professionals who are high up on how to draw trend lines. I never forgot that lesson, and you're going to see how that plays out into this, because this is not everything. There's more features than this. So just hang tight. I'm going to show you all of them. But I paid that money and to learn how to draw what they call outer trend lines and inner trend lines. Okay. And we're going to see this in further detail when we get back to the tutorial program, because I'm going to show you what the website look like and how to go through the tutorials. Everything is broken down. It's real cute, real sexy. Oh my God, it's sexy. So I spent a lot of money just to learn how to draw trend lines. And do you know when I walked away from there, from spending that much money just on trend line class with this professional trader, do you know, I said, oh my God, what if I can automate that process? And then I did, and it worked heavy and nice for me. But then I said, okay, what can I do for others? Okay, so now let's take a look. If you was to look at this is the GBP USD. Can you not see that when it touched to the lower trend line, and these white dots are my support levels, which the scanner sent me the alert? Okay, so the trend line, let's go back to these scanners, and there's more to show than this. So just hang tight, there's plenty to see. So this is my trend line scanner. Wouldn't it have been nice? And think about it, many traders around the globe, what do? When they draw a trend line, now they're looking for what? Price action to do what? Bounce off of the trend lines. Am I not right about that? Type of 500 in the box if I'm right about it. As soon as price action touches trend lines, they're looking for reactions. The problem is you got to sit there for hours drawing up these trend lines and drawing up and sketching up your charts, when in essence, in one click, I can do it. And not only that, I don't even have to sit there and do it. Why? Because my scanner will run in the background. My first employee runs in the background, and it tells me, watch this, on whatever currency pairs I choose and on whatever time frames I want. So if you like trading off the 5-minute and you like to draw trend lines off the 5, you don't have to draw nothing no more. Guess what? Just turn this scanner on and let it do what it do, baby. If you like to bounce off the daily time frames, okay, then turn this portion on. And once price action actually touches the trend line, you get an alert. Isn't that amazing? Come on now. Come on now, is that not life-changing, that alone? I told you, yes, there's a lot of different trend line stuff out there, but ain't none of them doing what we do. See, because it's saving you complete time. Why? Because you're not sitting there drawing up your charts no more. That's automated. You just click on it and the trend lines automatically adjust. Number two, and there's some out there that do that, but number two, that they come with a scanner where you don't even have to look at it. When price action actually touches the trend line, you get an alert on whatever time frame you want to trade on. Do you see why in the beginning I gave you the disclaimer that I will not, with this particular system, I will not And I will repeat, I will not give strategies on it because there's way too many ways to trade with this system. And we just getting started. Come on now. Oh, this is going to get better. Oh, it's getting better. So now check this out. So if I had gotten an alert on GBP USD saying price action on the 4-hour time frame has just touched, like in the Bible, touched the hem of his garment, it touched the trend line on the 4-hour. Then my second employee came back and said, hey, there is also support or resistance. Get what I'm saying? At this time, it would have been on what? The support level. So you would have got 2 alerts to confirm. One saying price action has touched, catching my attention. Second one comes in saying, hey, there was a support level put in place. Now you really got this brother's attention. Now, oh, but you ain't paying attention. What are these green boxes? They're automated supply and demand zones. We call them the sexy hollow zones, okay? The hottie hollow zones. Everybody get it? Is it starting to come together for you? Is it starting to come together? A lot of people want to trade using supply and demand zones. How about that being automated? And not only automated, there are some out there, but they have the full thing covered up. So when price action is sitting within those zones, you can't really see it. Why? Because the whole thing is either red, whole thing is either green. We emptied out the box so that you can literally see within that box what price action is actually doing. So as soon as this supply zone, okay, demand zone, whatever way, I always get those backwards, okay? But anyway, the green box, we'll just call it the green box, okay? When the green one came in, okay, and that's just the demand zone, okay? When that came in, price action touched on my trend line, and then support and resistance all confirmed. I typically like to call that my 3 amigo trading. Okay, now you can call it whatever you want, but I like to call it the 3 musketeers or the 3 amigos. Let's see it again right here. Do you see this red zone? Okay, and this is not the same zones that's on Simplicity. These are your supply and demand zones. Okay, totally different. So it's showing you on each level where there was a lot of price action. Okay. Oh, but there's more. And you're looking at it, but you ain't seeing it. But let's look at this. See when price action touched into this red zone, touched against the trend line, then touched against a resistance level? The 3 amigos, baby. How can you not see it? It's right there. So here's a trade you just missed. Look at price action. It tripped all the way down, hit the 3 amigos, okay, which is what I call it, the 3 amigo trading, but there's many different ways, and we just scratching the surface. I ain't even done yet. But watch this. So it touches and this is called your outer trend lines, and you'll see why momentarily. So it touched the outer trend lines, scanner sent the alert. It hit a support level, scanner sent the alert, and then guess what price action did? Blasted right on off of there. Here's the other thing you're looking at. It's also letting you know what the trend direction is. What did we say? The trend is your what? Y'all tell me. The trend is your what? Okay, it's going to get better though. We ain't even got started. Okay. Also, what you're also looking at, and you don't even realize it, you're looking at built-in Fibonacci levels. But this is not just your normal Fibonacci levels. What we did was we enhanced it by adding a choice in the matter. Okay, a choice in the matter. Watch this. I'm gonna right click here. And in here, you have a choice. Do you want just the regular retracement levels? Do you want Fibonacci expansion levels? Or do you want both of them? How many traders out there like trading off the Fibonacci levels? How many strategies is out there talking about Fibonacci levels? You don't have to figure that out either. It's automated for you. Everything is done for you at a glance. So if you're just clicking through pairs, guess what? You can just, okay, I see this is bouncing off the 50 retracement level. It's hitting in the what? They always get that backwards. In the supply zone, okay, the red zone, it's touching and having resistance off of the upper trend line. It's hitting on these dots. You can see it right there. All this stuff is gathering. What is this telling me? This is a potential opportunity. Let me go to another time frame so you guys can see it a little bit better. Now, if you're looking at this, this is off the daily time frame. Would you take a buy trade on this, or would you take a sell? Just at a glance, what would you do on this trade? At a glance, what would you do on this trade? This off the daily. Hold on. I want to make sure everybody's seeing this. Remember, I told you about these zones. Boom, boom, baby. Why did this one come in here? Because it happened right here. What happened when it touched it here? Major drop. Now it's retesting this area. See, in one glance, you know what you're doing now. It's not really nothing to figure out. Let's look at the Fibonacci level. It's sitting on the 61.8 fib level on the daily, and it's having a hard time breaking through. It's touching your trend lines. It's in this zone. What do you think you might want to do with this trade? At one glance. And we ain't done yet. I ain't finished. It's more. I told you, baby, this is some hot stuff here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go through a couple of pairs and this is how I use it, but I'm going to show you the other features that come with it. Then I'm going to show you the website, and then I'll take a few questions and we're absolutely done. But see, in one glance, now you can know how to make a decision. And what if you didn't even have to stare at it? Because when price action actually touched the trend line, if you have that scanner on for the auto trend line scanner and price action on the daily touch the trend line, you get an alert. And you can turn on whichever, all this comes together as one, okay? And I'm gonna show you the rest of the features. All of them come together as one. You can turn on and off any single one of them you want. So if you, like for me, I'm gonna show you some more tools. I'm gonna show you another one that is built into it that I don't always use, so sometimes I turn it off, okay? So I'll show you that. Let's go through it. So first, I wanna go through some pairs that happen where you could have made money. I'm going to go back to my 4-hour time frame, which is the time frame I like to trade from. Okay, but again, you do what you do. And can you see the uptrend now? Do you see the zone, and you see the support, and it bounced up, came down, hit the zone, hit support, bounced up. You see it? Zone, support, bounced up. Here, resistance. See? Can you understand trend trading now? Are y'all seeing the trend now? Oh, this is hot. Let me get through this because there's still a lot more I got to show y'all. Okay. I just get excited. Okay. I'm really excited for you guys. All right. So here we go. Let's go to the Euro NZD. And look at here. You see, what was this? This was a what? Downtrend. It bounced up. And remember, I told you guys in a video, I said, whenever this thing bounces up until the war is over, I said, don't trust it. It may sell right back off. How many of you guys have seen a video? And it's still on YouTube, so can't nobody say I didn't say it. How many of y'all remember me saying that? Type of 1,000 in the box if you remember me saying it. I said it. See, I don't pull my videos down because, oh, maybe I was wrong. No, all my videos I've been doing for years are still sitting on YouTube. And I warned everybody. I said, on that euro, you better be careful. It will bounce, but don't believe it. Take your money and run. Take a look at this. What if you had this here and you see price action was dropping, it did bounce, touched the trend line, you would have got an alert, hit a resistance level, second alert. Boom, there you go. Now you're in this trade and it's hitting at the what level? 38.2 Fibonacci level. And what did it do? Stalled out and dropped majorly. Then when it hit here, some of you guys who had simplicity, you know you made money on this one. But here's a different way of looking at it. Can you not see where it bounced off the lower portion of the trend line, hit the green box, touched the trend line, and hovered right there, hit another level of support, and shot back up? But then it hit the red line. What did it do? What did it do? It touched, you would have got an alert, resistance, and then it started selling right back off again. Can you not see it? Type of yes if you can see this. Look at this. This is, for those who jumped in Euro NZD and you wanted to know when is the best time to get out. With this, can you not see? Hey, when this thing touched this upper trend line, take the money. Can you see how this one trade would have paid for 20? Come on now, if $29 is going to be problematic, go ahead and leave now. I mean, being honest. because guess what? It's just money is there. It's available. Look, scanners are sending me alerts. See, all I have to do is just take a glance. See if I like the setup. If I don't like it, I wait for the next one. See, I'm not at my charts all the time. This is time and freedom. Let me stop right here and say something to you guys. One of the persons who I'm working with creates technology, okay, for major companies, major institutions that trade. Do you know that they don't really trade? They actually automate everything that they do. So they have AIs that runs and does their trading for them, these major corporations, okay? They don't sit there thinking and over analyzing things. They automate the process so it takes it out of human hands, puts it into some technology, and then when it pops up, all you have to do is just glance at it, say, yes, I like it, or no, I don't. Why? Because there's going to be tons of opportunity all week long. But now you have a clear way of seeing the charts that you never saw before, okay? And I'm not even done. I need to hurry up, but I'm just so excited to show you guys this so that you guys can see the potential that just one trade can pay 29 bucks a month, okay? Just one trade. Look at this. When this thing bounced, how many pips was this from here to here? 395 pips. And you tell me that that's not worth 29 bucks? Okay, let's go to some more trades. ECAD. Let's go to that one. Why do you think, and we're going to go to this lower time frame. This just happened last night. What would you have done if price action had touched the outer trend line and then bumped against resistance? What would you have done on this trade right here? Looking at it right now, one glance, what would you have done? This is a trade that you missed last night because you didn't have this. Okay, very good. Let me ask the second question. What is the overall trend? The trend is my friend. What was the overall trend? In one glance, you're not guessing. It's right there. So let's go to the lower time frame and see how much money you missed last night. This one trade alone could have put some change in your pocket. Cha-ching, cha-ching, baby. Okay, see, it touched into the zone. You can see it right here, and it dropped off. How many pips was this drop? And look at what it did on the lower time frame. Touch to the bottom of this trend line, and look at what it's doing, bouncing up off the trend line. That was 83 pips you just missed on this little trade. So when we go back to this 4 hour, you'd be like, but Uncle P, it don't look like a lot of pips. Do you see it was a lot of pips? And all you have to do, hey, the trend is my friend. This is a downtrend. You pull back, retested right here, hit against the trend line and against resistance, took the trade, and you would have had 83 pips in your pocket just last night. Type of amen if that ain't hot. Come on now. Would that have been life-changing for you? Just this one trade. Just this one. And we ain't done yet. So GBP USD, I showed you that. This is Euro AUD, I'm sorry, EuroCAD. We see Euro NZD, so that's 3 of them. Let's go to EA, Euro AUD. And then I'm going to show you more features of the system. Okay, look at this. Remember yesterday? God, I wanted to have it yesterday for class, but I didn't want to say nothing. I had to hold my tongue. Okay, here is a different way of looking at it. How can you not have seen? Here was the original test. Remember, I taught yesterday's class for those who are students who came to class yesterday. What did I teach you? I said, when you hear the word re, it means to go back to the original. So when you say reheat, it means put the heat back on the original food. The food used to be hot, and I needed to go back to being hot again. When you say repeat, that means to do whatever you did the first time. So if you were playing a song and you hit repeat, what is it going to do? Go back and repeat the same song. It's going to go back to the original point. Remember I taught that? Come on now, say yes if I did. That was just yesterday. Okay, here's where you can easily see this trade. Right here, do you not see the trend line? Do you not see the white dots? Do you not see the green box? What did price action do right here? And you see how I'm drawing in these highlight moments like I do during class, where I'm highlighting areas? With this, I ain't got to highlight nothing. It did it for me. It automated the process. Look, It highlighted to the very point where where the original test was. Price action shot up. Look at what it did. Touched the red zone. It touched the resistance, and it touched the outer trend line. And guess what? It dropped. But where did it drop to? Back into this level. Why? Because it was what? What? Carmen got it. Retesting. What does that mean? Go back to the original tested perspective. Go back to the original tested place. It was tested right here, and it came back down and literally retested. Now, what would have happened if you would have got an alert on one of your employees saying, hey, Uncle P, price action just touched on the 4 hour. Okay. And then you got an alert here that said, hey, the support level is here. See, because it'll tell you if it's RES red, that's resistance level. If it's SUP, that's support level. What would have happened if you would have got those alerts? You come and glance at this thing and boom, you took the trade because you're now 100% confident that this is a what? Retest. And what would this have made for you? 348 pips. And we ain't done yet. This ain't all the tools. I'm just showing you. Let's go to another one. So that's Euro NZD, Euro CAD, Euro AUD, GBP USD. Let's go to NZD Swiss. Okay. Do you see that it stumbled here? It came up into the red zone. Okay. Broke a little bit through the outer trend line, which is okay. That's why I wait for confirmation. And look what happened. It touched against the 50 Fibonacci level. It touched again in my red box, hit against resistance, and then it fell. Bounced off support, and what do you see literally right here? And I don't have to really draw the color in, but I'm going to do it anyway. They shot one news candle up, but that thing stopped literally where? Back to the what? Reginald Kinging, you got it. Retest. What does that mean? Back to the original test. Where was the original test? Right here. And it shot up and it did a retest. What if you would have just gotten in on this thing right there? I'm going to move this out the way. How big was this one? That was 90 pips. And look at what it did. As soon as it touched the trend line, supply zone, and my support level, what did it do? Bounced right back up out of that thing. And how many pips was this? 52 pips out of the bounce up. Can you not see why it bounced up? What direction is this trend? The trend is my friend, Uncle P. Can't you see it? Oh, but it gets better. It's sitting at the 38.2 level right as we speak. It hit against a resistance level. What is price action doing? My price action friends, what is it doing? What is it doing? There you go. You can see it. It's right there. How can you not? Now, for those who attended class yesterday, do you remember why I preached? I almost say preacher. I ain't no preacher. God knows I ain't no preacher. I don't want to be no preacher. I just want to be Uncle P. But if I was to say preach, can you understand why I was so strong on talking to you about what a job of an optometrist does? It helps you to what? See. And if one system ain't helping you to see it, maybe there's another. You only need to see it, and then you can make easy determinations. Let's go to some more. I ain't done yet, and then I'm gonna wrap up with the features, the other features that come with it, and then we'll go to the tutorial so you can see what all that look like. Take a few questions, and I'm out. Okay. Let's go to the next one. NCAD. We right here. Let's keep on with the ends. All right. Take a look at this trade right here. Mark this up. Y'all see this area? Okay. And this is just easy to see. Now, again, this is me and all I'm doing is just straight looking at it from the 4 hour time frame. You can do this stuff on the 15-minute, 1 hour, 30-minute, whatever time frame floats your boat that you like to trade on. Do you? It's just about what you see. Me, I can just interpret things so much better looking at this from the 4 hour. And then I know what's going on, or from the daily. Okay. So let's take a look at this. What do we see? Testing. You know, when you're at the concert and they be like testing the mics, testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. Okay, you see this? The price action got stuck. Where? In this red zone. It hit against the trend line. Then it hits against a resistance level. And it's trying to go, and it fails. And eventually this thing did what? Dropped all the way down to what? This green zone, okay? And the 38.2 Fibonacci level. It dropped to there and held for 157 piparoos. But it gets better. What happened? It popped out of this zone here, dangled around, dance. And then what did it do right here? Y'all should know this. And for those who ain't been coming to class, now you know what you've been missing. What does it do right here? What did it do right there? Y'all better know it now. Y'all better know it now. Yes, retest. Read means to go back to the original point. And what it did, it tried to retest this upper trend line. You see this? And I don't have to no longer draw in a zone. Why? It was right there. See this red zone? It's saying this is a sell area. Pay attention. That's what it's telling you. Pay the heck attention. This is a sell area. You ain't got to guess. Should I sell or should I buy, Uncle P? Oh, you ain't got to worry about it, boo. The sexy analyst got you. Ain't this some sexy stuff, though? Come on. Type the word sexy if you know this is sexy. Come on now. And I ain't even showed you all the features, but this is pretty sexy. This is pretty sexy. I ain't gonna lie. That's pretty hot to me. Okay, look at all these setups, and it's just no-brainer trades. All right, so let's take a look. So that right here, it touched, dropped, major pips, came back up, and look at this one candle. See how they broke through this level. Why? Because they're trying to fool people. So they jump it up even more, induce buyers to come into the market. But did it fake you? No. Why? Because you had these trend lines and you had the outer resistance. You had this box here. See that? See, price action came up into this level. And this level was telling you, hey, this is the last area where this was a sell territory. So when it stopped here, that was not in the sell territory. This was. Now, of course, you can sell close to the sell territory or whatever. If you had like me, I use a looser stop loss, so it wouldn't matter. But the point is, when they did that stop hunt, look at where they took that stop hunt to, right to the outer trend line. And what happened after they stop hunted, took people out, and then encouraged other people, the FOMO people, fear missing out. Oh, I think it's a good time to buy. I think it's a good time to buy. Would you, just asking a real question, even with this candle pushing up, looking at this, would you have bought or would you have gotten excited for a sale? What would you have done? Come on now, I'm just asking you. At one glance, you know doggone well you ain't got no business looking for no buy. So it eliminates decisions of falsitude. It eliminates decisions or bad choices, and it improves your trading career. Why? Because you're making wiser decisions because you can see the whole story. You're not guessing. And what's even better, when this candle hit the outer trend line, your employee, the scanner, would have sent you an alert. So you ain't even sitting around waiting on it. You're just out and about enjoying yourself. And then, oh, I got me an alert. Then the support level, support and resistance would have sent you some. Oh, thank you, Jesus. That's sexy. I'm telling you, that's some sexy stuff. And what happened here? Price action dropped from here, hit a support level. That's when you know to get out. Well, when should I exit the trade, Uncle P? When you see it hitting off of these support levels, take the money. Ain't that a benefit too? Knowing when to get out. Come on now, this is hot. This is hot. This is hot right here. Just know when to get out. Well, guess what? When I see it bouncing off of a support level, I take my money. Type of amen if that makes sense to you. I know we're talking about some sexy stuff, but come on, if that makes sense to you, type a yes or amen. Okay? I don't have to guess when to get out no more. I got my answer. Okay? And remember, these dots right here is up to you. And I'll go through that as well. You select the time frame. These are preset on the 4 hour. So for those who have the daily dot, you can add in the daily dot on top of that. So now if it hits a level where the daily dot is sitting right there and it's hitting against these 4 hours there, and then it's hitting the outer trend lines, can you not see how your confidence level in trading is just like a no-brainer? Let's take a look at one more thing, then I got to hurry up. okay, because I'm running out of time. All right, let's take a look at this. This is, but you see why I'm so excited? It's hard to contain myself, and I didn't want to say a single word because I know people try to steal my ideas. All right, look at this. How did you know what to do here? Look at this here. Look at it. There goes alert. I ain't gonna go to it because I'm doing a presentation. But here's the point. Look, price action came all the way down to what? The lower trend line. It touched the first time. You would have gotten a what? Type in. What would you have gotten off one of your employees? An alert. Do you need to take the trade as soon as the candle touch? No, you can wait for a confirmation candle. The next candle came in and you see it did not break through. It's in the green zone. It's touching on the outer green trend line. And guess what? Look at this. It's hitting support. And what did it do after that? This one trade alone that you could have taken this week was worth 97 pips. That one trade alone. You see why I said for 29 bucks a month, it's a no-brainer. And I told my wife that when I built this one, I said, I'm very proud of it because I said, if I had to do it all over again and I had to start fresh, is this something that would have caught my personal attention? Because I'm not going to present, and I'm just being honest with you guys, I will never present no junk to you just for the sake of doing something. If I know that if I had to start all over again, it wouldn't interest me, there's no way I'm going to present it to you. But with this situation, it makes everything that much easier because in one glance, I can make a decision because I know what's going on. And then to let me know that it's only going to be $29 and 10% of that is going to nonprofit organizations to help people around the world. Yeah, I would have done it. I would have done it. Okay, but let's move forward. I want to get emotional, but that's actually why. And for those who don't understand my motive, I told you guys in a video on YouTube years ago, I went through one of the worst times in my life. I went from being a wealthy person to 1 week from being homeless with my daughter. And we was about to be on the streets. It was one of the most chaotic times in my life. How do you go from being wealthy to almost being homeless and being thrown on the streets within 1 week? And if it wasn't for the grace of God that intervened, Uncle P wouldn't be who he is today. I wouldn't even be here. My whole life would be different. So my motivation to help people comes from what happened to me, because I know a lot of people look down on poor people, but the truth of the matter is it's only one situation that could have happened to them that altered their entire life. How do I know? Because it happened to me. And I can't say I would be sitting here doing presentations and helping people learn how to navigate through these markets if it wasn't for the intervention of God. So I never look down on people on the streets no more, because I understand that it could be just one thing that wasn't even your fault that comes into your life and it alters everything about what you used to do. And people never talk to poor people. They never do. They walk past them like they're invisible. But if you ever talk to them, you'll find out they actually, some of them had a very successful life. And then something happened and it just literally put them out. And it almost happened to me. So this whole project, yes, it's very meaningful to me because I want to give back. And I don't even like that term because it sounds so cliche now. Oh, I'm giving back. No, I really am, because I know it's only one step away. Any one of us are one step away from losing everything. And you didn't even see it coming. But let's keep moving. All right, now let's go to NZD USD. Okay, what do you see price action doing here? Remember, we analyzed this one yesterday in class. Y'all remember that one? Remember this? Can you now see it? Especially my market makers. Market makers, can you see that M pattern now? Can you see it now? But can you see it wasn't going anywhere? Why? Here's the sell zone on the 4 hour. Here's the outer trend line being touched, and it literally touched to the trend line, hit against resistance, dropped, hit a support. Now you know, exit the trade, take your profits. But when it came back up and retested it again, what did it do? What? What did it do? What did it do? Retested the area. Okay, and what happened again? So now you made profit on this initial drop, boom, to here. That was about 43 pips. It came back up and retested and dropped to this area. Notice what it did. It dropped into this green zone. That's telling you, get your money and get your heck out. What was the overall trend? What was the overall trend? What was the overall trend? Can you not see it? What was the overall trend? Come on, tell me. I want to hear from y'all. What was the overall trend? Exactly. There wasn't no guessing. I know this was an uptrend. So now when price action dropped, and I'm seeing that this is clearly an uptrend. Should I hold the trade for a long time or take what I can get and get the heck out? You see how your decision making is going to be life-changing in Forex with this? So now, can you now understand what it's doing? It hit this area, hit support. Now, it didn't touch the trend line. That's okay. But your other scanner would have gave you a support dot. So when that scanner, see the benefit of this one, the support and resistance scanner, the SR, okay? And I'm going to show you these features. This got a hot feature in it too. Y'all gonna like this stuff. Okay, I ain't done yet. Oh my God, I'm excited. Okay, so when it hit and you got an alert and then you glance and you say, oh my God, it's in a buy zone. This is an uptrend. Let me take my money and run, or let me go ahead and take it to the upside because it is an uptrend. How many pips was that? 99 pips to the upside. What is it doing now? What do you guys think it's doing now? What do you think it's doing now? Look at where it's at. Look at where it's at. Kenyon got it first. Absolutely. It's back in this red zone again. Retesting. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you see how easy this is now? Let's go to another one. USD Swiss. All this happened this week. Wow. Oh, I didn't see this. Oh, I didn't see this one yet. I seen it, but I didn't know it did this last night. Oh. Okay, let's do an analysis. And again, I'm not telling you how to trade because there's so many different ways to use a system. You make your own decisions. What was the overall trend, everybody? What was the overall trend? It was down. No question. When price action jumped off this trend line, notice why the trend line scanner is so important. Why? Because every trader around the globe looks for price action to do what? Do something when it touches their trend lines. You don't have to sit around looking. It sends you the alert. You go and glance at it and then go from there. Okay. Now watch this. When price action actually touched, even here, it jumped up. When it touched here, boom, you got your alert. Support and resistance sent you an alert. Boom, I'm feeling good. Where's this hovered by the way? What Fibonacci level? The 61.8. So no, I don't have my supply zone here, but that was okay. I still had enough confirmation to feel good. Why? Because this candle came down here and then this one tested, then this one tested, then it retested again. It's telling me, hey, go for the upside. And what did it do? From here, it bounced up from that 61.8 level and came all the way up and tested and boom, hit into this zone, touched the trend line, literally touched the trend line. It's in the red zone. It's sitting against resistance and it's at the 23.6 Fibonacci level. It's a downtrend. Then it comes down and retests. What should you have done with this trade? This is one you could have took this week. What you should have done right here. As soon as you see this pop up, it's faking everybody else out saying, oh, buy, buy, buy. What do you see? Come on now. Can you see how it eliminates? And you know what I do? And this is just me. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I got to hurry up. I got so much more to cover because this ain't all of your tools. I just got to show you this. I'm just showing you example trades. But here's the deal. Me personally, I use these zones because people are always asking, well, where should I put my stop loss? When I'm taking trades, I actually use these zones to put my stop above the levels, or if it's a buy, below the levels. I use these zones because if this is the zone, it's actually doing double benefits. It's telling me, hey, sell in this area, bro. Sell in this area. I'm telling you to sell in this area. Thank you very much, sir. Where should I put my stop? I usually just put my stop a little bit, several pips above this zone. Because if this is the box and it's telling you, here's the range, then put my stop a little bit above that. And I ain't got to guess about that either. Come on, man. Is that not hot? Type of 50 in the box if that ain't hot. I told you this is some sexy stuff here, boy. There's some sexy stuff. Oh, there's some sexy. You so sexy. You so cute. Okay, but anyway, look at this. If you would have took this trade here this week, how many pips could you have made on this drop? 137 pips at the moment. Can you see how any one trade, your monthly fee is only $29 a month to help other poor people. But can you see how one trade takes care of everything? Can y'all see it now? Let me hurry up with, let's go to gold. A lot of people like to trade gold. Look at gold. What was the trend? Down. Yes, it breaks through sometimes because this is just parameters. Just like if you had drew your trend lines, sometimes it will come out of the trend lines, but it will come and find itself back into the trend lines. That's what it did. It fell, came back and retested, dropped majorly. What is the direction of the trend? What's the direction of the trend? Carmen got it first. Rob, I see you. Kenyon, I see you. It's clear. It's a downtrend. So I see I can go ahead and take a bounce, and look what it did. It bounced off the bottom trend line, support and everything else, and bounced up, right? But then, boom, this is where I'm now paying attention. And you can easily see, even when it was retesting, it was still retesting with the slope to the what? Downside. It was sloping to the downside. So it's telling you, and it's sitting at the what level? 38.2 Fibonacci. Did I have to draw all this stuff in? Now, of course, again, there's all kind of indicators out there. Go ahead and do your thing. But can you see how easy this is? At one glance, I know, hey, I'm going to take this to the downside. I see you constantly trying to retest this and it ain't working. Okay. All right. That's enough of that. Let me show you some more features. I'm going to highlight this. Now, we designed these outer trend lines so that you can do it whatever you like. These zones right here, it's your colors, pick whatever floats your boat. You can pick your favorite team, but watch this. Now let's get to more features. Here, here on my outer trend line, see, everything is sectioned off in group D, group C, okay? So everything is sectioned off, so you'll know exactly what section you're dealing with, okay? Let's go to the outer trend line section, okay? So on my outer trend line section, you see it has a style. Right now I'm using thumbs. If you double click in here, you can pick all these different designs, whatever one floats your freaking boat. If you like diamonds, there we are. You see what I'm saying? You can change this to whatever design you want. We customize it for you to your liking. So you got all these different choices. Okay. If I want to use hollow circles, okay, boom. Voila, there's my dots, okay? If I want to do something else, so you pick that, okay? Now, what if I don't want to use the outer trend lines? You don't have to, you can turn them off, but we have more, okay? So I'm gonna turn this off temporarily and show you more. There's more. So let's go to the outer trend lines and it's set to yes. I'm gonna turn this off and say, no, I don't want to use the outer trend lines. Why? I want to switch to my what? Inner trend lines. I ain't even showed y'all that. And I'm going to turn on the text. You can say yes or no, okay? And I'm going to put it on the bottom right corner, okay? We'll put it there. Boom! Here's another set of trend lines. Now, these operate differently. So when you actually are using these, they will sometimes align perfectly with the outer trend lines, and sometimes they'll actually show you different. So you'll be able to see the direction of the inner trend lines. The inner trend lines is showing you the direction on the smaller time frames oftentimes. And you'll play with this, okay? Let's see. Let me go to GBP USD. Okay, so here it is, same thing on the outer. But if you go to the smaller time frames, it may show you something different, okay? That's what this is for. It shows you a different way of looking at it. And as you can see, it's clearly showing you, hey, this was the trend and what just happened to the trend. What do we need to know? When price action breaks out of the trend line and comes back, look at this candle and retest, you knew, don't worry about this, take it to the upside. Why? Because this was the main trend, but it broke out of it, came back, retested, and shot up. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So the inner trend line will give you a different viewpoint on the same exact thing. But what's even better is on this, and I want y'all to see this. Okay, let me go to up here. I want to show an example. Okay, right here, this is a very good one. Very good one. Matter of fact, let me move this to the bottom corner. Y'all gonna see the feature you're gonna like. Where is my message? Watch this, watch this. This is gonna be hot. Okay, and I'm going to my inner trend lines. Okay, and I'm gonna change where I want my message. I want it to be on the lower left corner so that y'all can see this. All right. Here's the difference. And there are other people who have trend lines like it. That's fine, but they don't work like mine. Here's the deal. Okay. Ooh, look, support dot 4 hour. See, a fresh one just came in. Bing, bing, bing. Employees at work. But let's take a look at this. What is this telling me here? If in order, watch this. This is so good. This is so good. If I wanted to take this from trend line to trend line, what's the average number of pips? Well, this has a reader in it. This is what this is telling you. For price action where it is now, to touch the upper trend line, it needs to go 14 or 20 pips. See, the price action's moving around. So it's telling me about 20 pips is what's needed to retest the top inner trend line. To touch the bottom lower trend line, it needs to go about 270 pips. So if I'm going to take a trade on this thing right here, do I know about how far it needs to go before it's going to touch that lower trend line? If I'm going to ride it down, tell me if yes or no. Tell me yes or no. I don't have to guess. It's telling me. In order for it to retest the upper trend line, it needs to go about 24 pips. See, it's telling me right here in live and in color. It's telling me about 20 to 20 something pips. Price action is wiggling. You can see it, but it's telling me about 20 something pips to the upside to touch this upper trend line. So if I was to enter this trade, what is it telling me? 20 something pips to touch the inner trend line. I can just put my stop loss above this zone. Okay. Or you can put it above this resistance level. It's up to you. Me, I just like to put it above the zone because it's comfortable. Okay. But what is it going to take to hit to the lower trend line? About 200 and some pips. Is it telling me right off the top what a possible risk reward is instantly? I can run up out of here now. At one glance, I know the risk to reward. This risk is only 20 something pips to touch the upper trend line, but for it to touch to the lower trend line, it got over 200 possible pips. Possibility is there. And what is the overall trend? The trend is my what? Can you not see this now? Can you not see it? And this is your inner trend lines. So watch this. I'm gonna go in and let's go back to the outer trend lines. Okay. And I don't want the pop-ups. I'll go here. And you can always change the colors too, you guys, to whatever you want. Okay. Now, see how the outer trend line is matching up with the inner trend line, but sometimes it's not going to be that way. See, you can use this any way you want. Okay. The outer trend line is telling me, hey, this is still in an uptrend. The inner trend line is saying, yeah, but it's trying to pull back. So they can communicate two different messages up. It's totally up to you how you guys want to use this. Do you guys understand that now? Do you understand that now? It's totally up to you. That's why I refuse to teach a specific strategy using this, because all of this is completely up to you. If you want to turn off your supply and demand zones, you can turn them off. If you want to change the colors, you just do it here. All you do is click in the box and make your adjustments. Okay. If you want to use a different support and resistance level, if you want to use them on the 1 hour time frame to see support and resistance on 1 hour, cool. If you want to move it to the weekly or the daily or whatever you want to do, this is totally up to you. You choose. Okay. All of this is up to you. It has alerts here. I usually turn them off in here since I have the scanner, and we're going to see the scanner features. I can turn off my inner trend lines, or I can use them in combination with the outer trend lines. Totally up to you what you want to do. Okay. Everybody understand that so far? I'm almost done. And of course, you have your Fibonacci choices, okay? All right, so there you go. Now, let's go to something else. In your scanner, you have two scanners that come with it, okay? Not one, but two. And at the end of the day, if you guys are looking at my tabs here, I actually have my 3 employees working for me at all times. I have my Simplicity scanner because I can still use it with Simplicity. I can add the arrow in on my charts and use it with Simplicity for more comfortable entries. In other words, I see the setup on the 4 hour, but I can use the Simplicity system or the 2 easy system. Okay. I'm sorry, the easy pips system, which comes with this scanner. The easy pips comes with the arrow. I can use that as well. Either one, the Simplicity or the easy one that comes with this scanner. Okay. And once an alert comes out on the 15-minute, I can always confirm it on that higher time frame. And if I like what I see and everything lines up, I'm making a much more comfortable trade now. Okay. So let's take a look. So here, I'll go here. All right. Again, you can pick all your pairs. This line adjuster, it will be explained in the tutorials what that's all about. Again, you turn on these features as many time frames as you want to be scanned for price action to touch the trend line. When price action touches it, you'll get the alert. You can also set this here to say, hey, I want it to open up on this chart on this time frame with the click to open feature. Those who have the other scanner, you already know. Okay. All right. Now, let me show you on this one. This one is telling me about the support levels and the resistance levels that just came in. Okay. So for an example, if I'm looking at, let's just say Euro GPP, okay, I'm gonna click it and see that support level that had came in. Okay. Now I got mine on a 4-hour time frame. So whatever time frame you want to choose, you do your thing. But look at this, y'all. For those who had the other scanner, guess what? You notice I ain't got all these tabs open at the bottom. You know why? Let me show you why. Look at this button here. Click to go back to the dashboard. No longer do you need 10, 20, 30 charts open. Okay, watch this. I'm gonna get rid of this chart and I just got my 3 scanners sitting here. Watch this. Come on. This is some good stuff here. Okay, so if I want to just check on something here, like the USD CHF or NZD USD, it's saying that there's a resistance dot. I click. Wait. Oh, and what do you see it did? A dot is sitting right there. It's literally touching the dot, literally in the sell zone. How many tabs do I have open? Do I have 10, 20, 30 of them? No, you don't need it no more. And what is it doing right now? Price action is stalling out. This is an actual trade setup that I can potentially look. Why? Look at what it's doing. You see the zone is already drawn there. But take a look at this actual live trade as we're looking at it. What is it doing? This price action came back up and did a what? What did it do? Y'all got it. There's no guessing here. And I just got an alert from my scanner. And look, click back. I don't have all these tabs open. Use the click to open feature. It will return it back to the scanner again. You make your decision on the trade setup, and then you hit the back button, and it'll take you back. So when you open up the scanner, using the click to open feature, you don't have all these tabs open, slowing down your computer. That was another feature we built that was not originally in the Simplicity scanner. So now you're not using all that. You got your 3 employees, your charts look very clean. See, I got all my staff working for me. Okay, there you go. When I want to look at something, again, I just click on it. It will take me to the actual chart that I want on the actual time frame I want it on. Okay, I said I want my charts to open up on the 4-hour time frame. What time frame is this? The 4-hour. I take a look. If I like the trade, I can take it. So if I was to take this trade now, I like everything I'm seeing. I took the trade. I move my stop where? Above the zone. That's what I do. You can make your own decision. And then I'm out. Okay, I'm out. And do a 1-to-1 or whatever. And I'm out. I'm done. And then when I'm done with that trade, click back. And how many tabs do I have open still? Just the 3 employees. If you only have these 2, that's fine. Me, I have my Simplicity scanner as well. So I have my 3 staff working for me at all times. I hire people, but I don't have medical benefits. I don't have 401ks to worry about. I got my 3 staff working for me. Okay. Now let me switch screens and go to one more thing and we're done. Okay. Let's go to the actual website so you can see that and you can actually see for yourself what we did. Okay. All right. If you can see my website, type a yes. A lot of thinking went into this, okay, to give value. And these are sample trades. Make sure you're looking at the videos, okay? So you get 2 scanners and those trading tools, okay? Now, when you log in, after you sign up, if you want to do it, you're going to get this tab that says training. You're going to click here, and it's going to take you to the training videos. Very simple, nice, clean, easy to follow, easy to do. Download buttons is at the bottom. Everything is there. Look at this. Y'all like this? Wasabi hot. Welcome. This the intro is short, and all these videos are short. The only one that's going to be lengthy is the installation video, which, by the way, I forgot to tell y'all this. So what me and my team did, because it's in order to make it easy for you guys, every single one of these have an auto installer. Just turn off your antivirus thing, because the DLL imports, and those who use an EA, you already should know this, because this happens with any EA that uses a DLL import to read the license offline. That's not recognized by Norton and anything else. They don't trade in the market, so they don't know what that is. So automatically they're going to block it. So what I do is, when I'm doing my installation, I just turn my antivirus off for about 15 minutes or so, 30 minutes, whatever long you think it takes. I turn it off, hit the auto installer. The auto installer installs these things on your charts within 10 to 15 seconds or less. So you don't have to think, where do I put this indicator? Now, in the tutorial video, why it was so long is because I do go over, if you want to manually install it, you can do that too. But for me, I use the auto installer because it's so fast, and that's a no-brainer. It just puts it right on a real click. Okay, look. Your hottie hollow zones, sensual support and resistance, baby. Intoxicating colored inner trend lines, flirting Fibonacci levels with a twist, outrageously gorgeous outer trend lines. Y'all like that terminology? Y'all like that? Yes, and it's licensed for two accounts, any two accounts of your choice. Okay. But these are some important videos. Make sure to watch these videos. Okay, each one, they're very short except for the installation video. By the way, if you don't have the Simplicity Scanner, which comes with easy pips, which comes with an arrow, if you don't have that, we have a special discount offering here if you want it at the discount. Okay, this is your installation video. Here's your download buttons and everything else. And that is the end of this presentation, except for one thing. The activation button is not active yet. One portion of it is. This is for those who was waiting on this. This is one of the portions. I'm working with a technology company to help and this should be fixed within the week. Basically, what you were going to be able to do is, instead of emailing us, you'll just click here, put in your two account numbers, kind of like Too Easy. Anybody who purchased Too Easy, you know how that worked, okay? So what you would do is you just click here, put in your broker account number, hit submit, and it will automatically trigger the thing, okay? They're still connecting these together, okay? Because it has to read several different things, okay? It has to know your subscription or your current member, so it goes to our website, goes to the payment portals, do this, that, and the other, and within nanoseconds, all that comes together, and it instantly give you access. They're still working on connecting this thing, which is what the delay was about. But I'm at the point, you know what? Let's just rock and roll. And when they get it done, they get it done. That was part of the delay. So again, I do apologize for that delay. But in the meantime, here's a simple thing you do, and it's in your tutorials. All you do in the meantime, and follow this information. It's in the tutorials. We already have an email set up. Staff is sitting by, ready to rock and roll and get you going. So just send them to this email address, Sexy Trading License, and it's in your tutorials. sexytradinglicense@gmail.com. Just include your name, and if you register, if you want it, your username that you put in the system, the email address so we can find you, and just your account numbers. And then you'll get in an email confirmation saying, hey, your thing is registered, you're good to go. Then go through the download process and you rocking and rolling this morning. Okay. It's only $29 a month, so there's no room and we're donating out of that, so there's no referral on that. There's no room. Ain't no money in it. Okay. So this is the only one we can't, because it's just, we made it too cheap. And the reason, and I did that on purpose, because I want to make it affordable for anybody around the world. So nobody can say, hey, I can't make money, or I don't have this and that. Because I know the Simplicity system, it's $2.99 with tax. Anybody and almost everybody should be able to afford $29. Okay. Especially when you see the power of these trades that you can make. I've just did it that way. So again, we don't have a referral program, but at least, that's that. Let me take a couple of hands and then we'll be done. But again, if you want to get it now, just go to loveyourcharts.com, loveyourcharts.com, and we knew some people would still go back to the original website, super easy. So we added a link right here, and you can click on that as well, and it will take you straight to the website. Okay. And you can get started this morning. All right, let me take some hands. Go ahead and unmute. Let's see, Teal, go ahead and unmute. All right, going once. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I hit it on accident.
Yeah. Hey, what's happening, man?
Oh, nothing. I hit it on accident. I love.
Oh, okay. My bad. All right, cool. All right, let me get out of that one. Liz.
Good morning, Uncle P. This is the day.
What up?
I'm jumping up here. I look like I was just jumping up and down. Like Brother Kenyon over there doing the same thing. But Uncle P is super easy family.
Hey.
Oh yeah, that's what my question. I have two questions.
Okay, sure.
The first one was, would we be able to purchase it today? And the other question that you just mentioned about the activation button, I was wondering if that was going to hinder us from buying it today.
No. Everything's ready to go. The only difference is that instead of you being able to just put your own account numbers in and it just all out, we have to do it manually. So just shoot the email with that information and we'll process it this morning and you'll be good to go. There is no license key this time. That's the whole key. There is no license key. Once we put your information, because we're using a whole different higher level of licensing system, that's another thing that took a while. So that our software, number one, can't be stolen because there's no license key. And I told you guys, and I was very honest. And if you're from Russia, I don't have nothing against you personally, but I don't like what's going on because they also attacked our company and they hijacked some of our software in the past and was able, because we was using the regular license keys, they was able to decrypt those license keys and do some damage, right? This one doesn't come with a license key. If you're not using the right account, it will literally send you a box and say, hey, insufficient access. You keep on trying, it will close your MT4 down. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yep. So that's all. So it's ready. Everything's ready to go. Y'all can go and get it today. It's ready to go. The only thing is, instead of you being able to just click on this thing and put in your own account numbers to activate it instantly, you just got to send us an email. And we already have people standing by right now as we speak who will process it and get you going. And you'll see once you put it onto your charts, it'll automatically just come on there now. You don't have to put in the license key number and this and that. You don't have to do any of that.
Okay. And that's at loveyourcharts.com.
Yes, loveyourcharts.com. Or again, if you're on this main site, the super easy site, you can click right here. See, we added the tab here, the sexy analyst.
Right.
Just click on that.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Uncle P.
You're very welcome, Miss Liz. All right, let me get to the next hand. Reg. And by the way, yes, and Miss Donna's in here. Yes, this activation through email is very temporary. Once they finish connecting these, and I'll make an announcement about that, and I'll be changing the tutorial in there. Once you do that, guess what? It'll be, automated. You'll do it yourself. This is just a temporary thing so we can get you guys going on it, because I don't want you to keep missing out on opportunities. Like you just seen me go through literally 10 opportunities that you could have had this week using this system, and you constantly missing them, waiting on this one thing. So just don't fool with this just yet. Once it's ready, I'll let you guys know. I'll put it in there. Hey, it's good to go. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you can activate just one account today. Maybe you don't want to use the next one yet. So if you want to just activate one account, that's fine. Send it to us. By the time you're ready for the second account, I'll let you know and you'll see it in there. Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you, Madonna. Thanks for that. All right. Reg, go ahead.
Good morning.
Hey, what's happening, sir?
How you doing?
What's happening, man?
All right. This is more of a software question. Is this all right? So what kind of what operating system are you running on? This Windows 10 or Windows 11 that you're running on?
Yeah, but this is just a regular thing that still works on your MT4.
Okay, and also, so you're running MT4?
Yeah, all my indicators are always on the MT4.
Okay, because I'm having trouble downloading MT4 because every time I try to download MT4, it shoots me up to MT5 every time I'm trying to download it from the MetaTrader website. And
that's your broker issue. Yeah, you got to contact your broker with that.
Okay.
Yep. And by the way, a lot of people ask, well, are you going to do it for MT5? This, to create software, and anybody who designs software of any type, it takes a very long time to design software and all this kind of stuff, test it, go back to the drawing board. It takes a extremely long time to do all of that. And the demand for people actually using the MT5 is not very strong. The MT5 is out there. Some people use it, but people like me and many, many others still always gravitate to the MT4. So the time, the expense, because I have several coding teams and everything else I work with, the time and expense to put all of this together for the MT5, it's just not even worth the time right now as we speak. Now, later on down the line, if there's a higher demand for the MT5, we'll move it over and we'll figure that out down there. But in the meantime, no, it's not even worth the headache. And that's why we use the MT4. So if you're having an issue downloading it from their site, you need to let them know.
Okay, so I have to contact whoever's my broker is.
That is correct. That's correct, because it's their website and their platform. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, man. No worries. All right. Let me get to the next hand. Have a good one, Reg. All right. Let's go to CJ. Hi,
Hey,
CJ.
Uncle P, what's going on?
What up? What up?
Man, you did a great job on that. By the way, Reggie was my referral. I referred. That's my brother Reggie from Morehouse, man.
Hey,
So
all right, there you go, Reg.
For super easy.
Yeah, man.
That's right. But anyways, real quick. So on both of those scanners, Uncle P, do you get push notifications with those, or do you just get like email? Like, can you
Your
explain
choice.
what type of notifications you'll get?
Your choice. You can choose to do email or push notification. Yeah, it's your choice.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Awesome.
No worries. Thank you, sir. That's why I call them the employees. I'm always out and about. As a matter of fact, when I'm done, I'm taking a break. And this weekend, because I have literally, and I'm not joking, you guys, I have literally not slept much in quite a while working on this project. It's not easy. It's not easy. Even if you just do website design, as simple and colorful as this is, it looks easy, but anybody who design websites, you know doggone well, even just doing a website ain't easy, let alone coding, retesting. And this has literally 5 to 6 built-in customized indicators in it, then coding scanners, not one, but two of them. You understand what I'm saying? All this takes time. It takes a lot of time and sleepless nights and disappointment and headache. And then you come back to the drawing board. A lot of people want to be entrepreneurs, but this is what it takes. You cannot sleep when you're building stuff. When it's done, then you can sleep. You can sleep, which is what I'm going to do. So as far as the scanners, no, man, I'm out. I let them do the work. They send me an alert. Let me know, hey, there may be something worthwhile looking at, Uncle P. That's what my employees do. The scanners are my employees to let me know, is it worthwhile to even look at something? And if they find something that's comparable to what I want, to the rules based on how I set the scanners up, then they send me an alert. Then and only then am I interested in looking at the charts. For many of you guys, that alone is going to bless you because you're no longer away from your family. You're no longer sitting hours upon hours staring at charts, waiting for an opportunity. You let the employees do the work. They send you according to the parameters you set. So for an example, if you're a person who like to trade off the 30-minute trend lines, then go handle your business, go enjoy your day. And when an alert comes out saying price action has touched the outer trend line, now you want to go look at your charts. Other than that, if there's no alerts, I don't have nothing to look at. I'm cool. I'm good. For an example, you notice when I was doing this presentation, for an example, the outer trend line did not send me an alert saying that there was any opportunities. Why? Everything was done. So I'll go about my day. When it's ready and they find something, okay, cool. If not, why sit here all day long? For some of you guys, that alone is going to be a big blessing for you. How many hours every week have you dedicated to staring at your charts for useless trades? Because you weren't sure whether it was an uptrend, downtrend. You didn't even know what the trend was. You didn't know you keep trying to draw your trend lines in and they just don't look right. And it's a headache. Type of amen if you know I'm telling the truth. Come on now. Yeah, and somebody said, yes, you can buy multiples. They're 29 bucks. Again, that's why I made it so cheap. So, hey, if you want to do it for $6, it's 29 bucks. It's cheap. Yes, indeed. Yes, you can buy as many as you want. Okay. It's just 29 bucks a month. It's nothing. I made sure it was cheap. This was way more valuable than 29, but I wanted it so dirt cheap to anybody around the world who's interested in trading can finally have something that's very rich in value, but low in price. And remember I told you what was the thing? You help me help the poor, and then I help you. So you seen all them trade setups? That'll be a blessing to you. But in essence, your monthly fee is going to be helping me to raise money to support the organizations that mean something to me. Shriners Hospital, Covenant House. This is for vulnerable kids and stuff like that. ASPCA, I ain't even got a pet, but I still support them. Okay, I'm allergic to dogs and cats. Water, this goes to a company that supports poor countries that don't have water or sufficient healthy water. Wounded Warriors. I've never been in the military, but I still support them. St. Jude Hospital, Homeless Children Networks, Alzheimer's. This is important. My dad died of Alzheimer's. Children Against Trafficking. Some of you guys don't even pay attention to this stuff. These people are being trafficked. These women, here's a coalition for women against being trafficked. Okay. These are all great causes. You can research them for yourself so you know where your money's going. Operation Smile. Have you ever seen kids and they call it with a cleft? They have their lip and this out of shape and this and that, and they have messed up teeth. That's what they do. They restore their face so they don't be embarrassed in public. Take a look at this company and see what they do. These we've been supporting for years, and there's more of them. This is just some of them. All great causes. So you help me through your subscription, I help you to make money. Okay? Fair exchange is no robbery. One of my old pastors used to say, a fair exchange is not a robbery. I'm not robbing you. You ain't robbing me. It's at a great value, and you're helping me to get done what I need to do. So if you think $29 is a way for me to scam you, then you need to leave now. Because guess what? I don't need $29. If I need $29, I'm back where I started. But I don't need it. It's to help me do some of the things I have on my agenda to get done. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. Let's get the next hand. All righty. Keeping it moving, baby. Pedro, what's happening, bro?
How you doing,
Hey, what up, what up, what up, man?
Everything is amazing. Bro, all I can tell you, thank you again.
I wanted to tell you yesterday when you was talking, but I said, you know what? I gotta shut. Hold it, Pat. Hold it in. It's just one more thing. Hold it in.
You know what I did? I just canceled my Trading View monthly subscription for $59, and I just purchased yours because
See, that's my point. How much is Trading View just to look at this stuff? How much they was charging?
$59 monthly.
Oh, okay.
I used to pay premium. I'm a premium because you know why? I was spending Sunday and in the morning like doing the chart and all that kind of thing. And now I say, look at the technology. We just put the technology to work for us. That's simple.
And that's why, Pedro, I was telling everybody, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I know I could charge more. It's worth more. 2 scanners and these tools. Where are you gonna get that at? Nowhere.
No,
right?
nowhere.
But
And then you have to
make it so reasonable so that nobody
you have to put everything in the chart. So
yes. Come on, man. Thank you.
That is a bless. I already put here. By the way, which one is my question? Is which one is the email that we have to send the information?
Yeah,
I just put here everything.
You guys don't even have to guess. Just go through the tutorials.
Okay.
Okay. When you're going through the tutorials, this one here, as you're going through the installation process, all that information is in there. See this video right here? That's why this one is going to be the longest video. Everything is in there. You just watch that video. It tells you where to send, what to send, how to download everything, how to set your charts. It goes through everything for you. You don't even got to guess.
Good. Amazing. I will do that when I get home because I have my other computer here.
Yes,
Thank you for your help. Right? Thank you for your help.
Absolutely. Glad to help. All right. Let me get to the next one. All right. Derek.
What's going on, Uncle P?
What up, D?
Man, congratulations, man. You're a good humanitarian, and Simplicity just went platinum, baby. For real. Man.
Yeah, man. Like I said, hey, I wanted to tell y'all a long time ago, but again, even if I said the name, somebody would have tried to steal it, because you know you ain't never heard that, no sexy analyst. You ain't never heard that in the Forex market, right?
Right, man. And you are, I'm glad that the higher power sent me to you. You're a very intelligent man. I'm like, man, you're going on tutorials and stuff, and you really made the job easy. And like you say, $29, man. I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's worth, you can get 3 times more than what you charging, man.
I know. You know, there's another company out there, and I was telling my wife this. There's another company out there, and I'm not going to say their name, but they've been around for a very long time. They have a huge following, and people been subscribing to them for years. And one time I actually subscribed myself, and they were charging $49 a month. And I said, okay, let me see what this is about, right? And when I subscribed to it, brother, I'm like, my God, I'm paying for what? I don't even understand what you're sending me. You understand what I'm saying? It didn't even make no sense. I'm like, man, I canceled because it didn't make sense. And that's the problem. If you're going to create tools, make them make sense so that people who uses them, they can customize it the way they need to see it. That's why almost everything I do for you guys, it's always customizable. That is the key, because just because I see it this way don't mean everybody gonna see it that way. So if I make the tools where they're robust and worthwhile, but customizable, that means if it works for you on the 30-minute time frame and that's your favorite time frame, and you can customize some tools around it so you can see it better, you will be more profitable. For me, the 4-hour is my favorite. For others, it's the daily. So that's why we made them customizable but cheap, because I didn't even know what they were talking about. I'm like, what is this? Because on your website you showed this, but when I get to use it, I don't know what's going on. So it was a mess, brother. I've told y'all I went through a tough time in my journey.
Yeah, I see, because I'm telling you, made me pack a lunch on this one. So I'm like, man, Oscar Mayer, man, come on, gonna load up, brother. Wonder Bread.
And keep in mind, like I said, you guys, very, very important. Make sure do not skip a single step of the tutorials, okay? Because you'll get a healthy understanding of what you actually have. I went and did an overview because I'm overexcited about it, but go through the tutorials. Most of these are going to be, the installation video is going to be your longest video because it's installation of all 3 of them, okay? So I started to do one video for each one of these, but you know, why do all 3? Individually, that's 3 videos. I just did it all in one. So that's the reason why this one is going to be your longest. Other than that, a lot of these, like let me show you for an example. This video here, the essential support and resistance. This video is only 3 to 4 minutes long. So it's not long video. So it's no reason for people to actually skip over them. This one is only 4 minutes. Okay. So they're just doing overviews. The Hottie Hollow Zones is only a 2-minute video. Okay. This one here, which is your introduction to your system, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So there's no reason. And this one is the intro video. Okay. The Wasabi Hot, it's 45 seconds long. So D, why did I do that? Too many people who purchased the Simplicity system never even took the time to look at the tutorials. And so what I wanted, I had that in mind. And so when I was designing this, I said, let me break these videos down in very, very short, chewable, digestible ways so that people won't feel the need to pass over and, well, this video too long. No, these are very short videos. The only one that's long is going to be the one that goes over, because there's another feature that I didn't even tell you guys about, but when you're going through the tutorials, you'll see it, that you can customize as well. There's another feature that's hidden. It's in there. You'll learn it in there. Okay. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys had something that was very educational, but fun. Okay. And giving you just value.
Will this system work for like the indices and maybe the cryptocurrency?
Yep.
Oh wow. Yeah, man. You made me pack a lunch for real, dude.
Yeah, man. Because like I said, anything that's tradable on your MT4 that your broker offers, then you can use this.
Man,
sometimes you can customize the tools because the indices actually work differently than currencies. So that's why the customizing of the tools, maybe the inner trend lines may work better for you than the outer trend lines when you're dealing with crypto, like Bitcoin and the rest, because it jumps around and leaps around. So it's so totally up to you how you want to play it. Totally up to you.
Yeah, man. I had to get on here and congratulate you, man, because my debit card is like really burning now, man. And hey, after you close the class, I'm getting it, man. And like I said, I just had to come on here, congratulate.
I appreciate that, brother.
Congratulate you, man. You put hard work in, and I love you, man. You is like
too, bro.
one good coach, mentor uncle, all that above, man. You and your wife, y'all very supportive of us, man.
And I
And
really want to
really
thank my team
appreciate
because
it.
my team, I met with them and stuff like that. And, you know, they really was helpful. And I really want to thank my wife because literally working on this project, I felt like an absentee husband. Because when I'm in grind mode to do projects like this is another reason why I don't do them often. I don't believe in trying to mass produce a large number of indicators. I have designed and me and my design team, we have designed at least 20, maybe 30 different indicators. Not a single one of you guys have ever heard a single thing about it. And I will never do that because my concepts that come out of my head, by the time we go through the process of designing it and everything else, if I don't like the finished product and I don't think that it's going to be helpful, I will just store it away in my vault, but I will never say a single word to you guys because I'm not trying to be a mass producer of indicators. There's companies out there that do that, but I'm just not trying to be one of them. But if I know that this thing is going to be worth helping people to actually make some real money in the markets and to help them see the markets in a different way, then guess what? Yes, it's worth the sacrifice. But now that time is over. So this weekend, I'm going to take my wife and get back to spending quality time with her. So I really want to appreciate her for allowing me to be an absentee husband while I worked on this. Because see, when you're doing stuff as an entrepreneur, entrepreneurs never consider what your time away from your family is actually doing to them because they're just so busy on the grind until they're not paying attention to, hey, you're absentee, you're not here. And even when you're sitting next to me, you're not actually sitting next to me because your mind is somewhere else in another room.
Right.
That's
right.
what entrepreneurs do. That's why I told you guys a long time ago, I know this is a side note, but I'm just sharing this. I did a presentation in Dallas, Texas. They invited me to come down and speak to a room full of entrepreneurs, and the room was full of entrepreneurs. I will never forget, they thought that I was going to talk to them about business strategies, how to set a business, this and that, okay? I didn't say nothing about that. I brought up something that they did not pay attention to. Based on my research, and as a certified life coach, my research, I found that out of all the people who go through divorce, which is a lot of people, do you know the highest number of people who get divorced are actually entrepreneurs?
Man.
Did you know that?
No.
Think about it. Elon Musk, go through relationships. What happened to Bill Gates? What happened to what's his name? Not just Bill Gates, but Amazon man. What's his name? Jeff Bezos. What just happened to him?
Yep, divorce.
See, you'll see a track record of that happening because when you're on the grind building a business, you get married to the business at the neglect of your family, and it wasn't even intentional. It just happened. And you saying, well, I'm doing this for you, but you didn't ask them if that's what you wanted, if that's what they wanted from you. So just because you're trying to hustle and grind to provide them, they're missing you, the person. And they don't care about this goal that you're trying to achieve. That's your personal thing. And entrepreneurs never figure that out. And that's the reason why they may achieve business goals and ultimately lose their family in the process. Me, I don't want to be that guy. I will take a break and hustle and grind my behind off to help you guys. But at the end of the day, I'm done. And today, after we get everybody processed and help you out, and then they officially get this activation thing, I'm done, man. I'm going back in hibernation where I'm hanging out with Nancy. I'm not trying to lose my wife over no business. You feel me?
And yes, man, well deserved, man. I just had to come on here and congratulate you, man. Thank you, man, and I appreciate you. And like I said, when you end it, when you end your presentation, I am finna get ready to purchase. Like I said, I just had to commend you. Thank you, man. Thank you very much, man.
Yes, sir. Right on. Enjoy your day, brother.
Thank you.
Did everybody understand what I just said? I know it had nothing to do with what we're talking about today, but did you guys understand what I just said to you? Because a lot of you guys are entrepreneurs and nobody's telling you this. I'm your coach. Yes, I want you to make money in the markets, but I'm your life coach as well. And some of you guys, let me say this, and I'm just being very honest. Why is this system so important? Because see how quickly at a glance you were able to make a decision on your trades. Do you see why I overstacked this particular offer with 2 employees. Why? I'm giving you every possibility to learn how to take quality trades without actually spending so much time away from who? Your family, to look for them. Do you understand that? Type of 50, you really get what I'm trying to do. I told you I will help you if you help me with my goals. I'm helping you to find quality trades at far less amount of time on the charts. And in essence, your money is helping me to do the agendas that I have in mind. So everybody benefits. Some of you guys, you're spending hours upon these charts. Hours. How do I know? I did that. I don't want you losing your family over this stuff. I don't want you losing your family. Not over this. Let the employees run for you. They send you an alert. If you look at it, if you like it, take it. If you don't, wait for the next. There will always be opportunities every single week. You don't have to jump at every opportunity. If it don't fit your rules, then just wait for the next one. Sit back and chill and keep it moving. Now you're spending quality time with your family because you're no longer the one on the charts drawing up these. I have to draw up my charts. I gotta what? Mark up my charts. Is that not a notorious statement in the markets? I have to mark up my charts. Now you don't. This automated it. It's a no-brainer automation process. Alerts come out, I look at it, it's already marked up for me. Either I like it or I don't. Just like that. A couple of trades a day, couple of trades a week, and you're already done. And they're high quality trades now. Something you can glance at and feel 100% confident, 80% confident. I don't care what, you can add the Too Easy system to it as well, which is what I do on some months. I add the Too Easy system to look where the buyers and sellers are. It's just helping me to spend far less time in this industry. And I can get back to enjoying my life again. That alone is worth $29 for some of y'all. To get your behind off these charts before you lose your family. Because you know they've been complaining. That's the truth. You know they've been complaining. All right, Kenyon, go right ahead. Hey, Ken.
No, I am Sissy, Uncle P.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
P. Can you hear me? Hold on. Let me do a mute all, and then let me go one at a time. All right, let me go to Kenyon, go ahead and unmute. Okay, go ahead.
Right, Uncle P, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you.
Mic check, 1 2 1
1 2 1 2.
Yo, Uncle P, what up? What up? Hey, wifey in the back, she said, hey, she said, good morning.
I'll tell her I said, what's up? Hey.
Hey, he said, what's up, babe? Hey, Uncle P, man, it was worth the wait. Oh my God.
I'm sorry for the delays, you guys, but now you see it was well worth the wait.
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this, man, I was laying in bed all last night, just staring at the ceiling. I couldn't sleep, and I was just thinking, like, dang, because here in Vegas, you know, when you send out the little thing, it's like 5:30 when you send out.
Yeah.
Stuff. So I'm just laying there, and I kept checking the time, like, is it 5:30? Is it 5:30? It was like 2 something in the morning, 3 something in the morning, 4 something in the morning. As soon as like 5:15 hit, my alarm went. I was like, okay, 15 minutes class. Let me go ahead and get up.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. When you talk about life changing, and even just with the $29 a month and how that's going towards all those different organizations just monthly. So it's like we are definitely helping you to help your goal. And, you know, with you reaching out to those different organizations to help people for your mission. And for a lot of us, our mission is just to be successful in Forex. And when this right here, first off, the name, the sexy A, oh my God. Oh my God. I would have never guessed that in a million years.
Now do you see, some people was asking me, well, can you just hint, can you say, now you see why I ain't say nothing, because there's a dude out there. There was a dude out there, he called himself Uncle Lee.
Oh yeah, yep.
And then he created a I'm gonna be nice. Okay. But he created a system. Guess what he named it? Simplicity, knowing full well that he's deceiving people because he wanted people to buy his, because people thought they were buying my system because he used Uncle Lee instead of Uncle P, and then named it Simplicity. See how people con and do these con jobs in this industry? So no, I had it on lock tight because again, I know ain't nobody even thought to use a name like this. So ain't no way I was going to release that until the day y'all was able to hear it first.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's crazy because it does make the charts look so sexy. It does make every single pair look so sexy. Like that one pair that you did, just on a simple glance, how we all was like up, down. Like it's easy to tell.
It was easy.
Just a simple glance.
I literally came up with the name. The name hit my mind after looking at those charts. I'm like, oh my God, there's some sexy stuff. There's the name.
Yes, man. Because that one, and then the next pair that you had went to when we all still doing the up down, and it was 117 pips on the buy, and then it dropped down 137 pips on the sell. That was 254 pips right there just on one pair. This is life changing for all of us.
Because you can see it. That's what I remember. For those who was in class yesterday, I told you yesterday, I said, I have to be your Forex optometrist. And the job of an optometrist is to take that thing and they click and they say, which one can you see better? Can you see A or B? Oh, I see B better. And then they test again. What about this one? Oh, A, I see better. And they keep refining it until you actually can see. Now, every pair of glasses, my glasses, like I said yesterday, my glasses that I wear, if another person wear glasses, I can give them my glasses, but does that mean they're going to be able to see out of my glasses? No, because it's the way I see. My eyes are unique, and theirs is different from mine. So I have to keep tweaking things and providing things to help people to see in the best way that you can actually then see the charts without a doubt. And then once you see that, now you're on the roll and you ain't got to look back no more.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. This is just too amazing.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. It
was $29 a month. Like as soon as we sign up with this and start using it, we done made that $29 on the first trade that we click on.
I'm saying, how can you not make? I presented 10 opportunities this week of trades. 10. Any one of those could have gave you your $29. I mean, it's just $29. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So again, if people have an issue with it, I understand. I'm not here to argue with people. You know, again, I got a goal and a mission in mind. And by the way, and I'll tell my team this, these companies, just so y'all know, these companies I've been donating to for a couple of years now, all of these. So it's not like I just randomly pick some. These are companies we've been working with for a while now, okay, for a very long time. Uncle P, my wife, and everybody who actually bought something from Simplicity to the scanners and everything else. Now you understand this is where some of your money was going. I have staff to pay and all this stuff, but this is where some of your money was going when you was purchasing stuff. We've been helping these people. I just thought about how can I do even better to consistently keep giving to these people on a regular basis. And that's where this concept came from. The first recipient will be this one here, Awesome Awareness for Autistic Children. That's what this is for. So they will be the first recipient of the donations that come in. You guys understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And then it'll be on a round robin system for each one of these to start receiving payments. For an example, and I'll say this and move on, because I do got to get these other hands. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm gonna get to you. This one here, we have been donating to them for a while. And the owner of this company reached out to us via email and saying, who are you guys? Because he didn't know who we were. This company actually worked with people like Magic Johnson, the basketball player, and so forth. But we have been donating to them and giving to them. And one day they just reached out, hey, who are you guys? Because you're giving to us, and I don't even know who you are. He just said, I want to say thank you to you guys, but who are you? And then we connected. His name is Mark. He's the CEO over this thing. Invisible People is homeless people. His website is unique because it shows videos of the people on the streets. How this caught my attention is, like I told you, I was 1 week away from it. But there was a young lady on there named Erin. And Erin was on the streets, and it was just her infectious smile. And when you listen to her story, which is what I like about him, he documents stories so people really get a feel of what it's like to be on the streets. Everybody just think everybody on drugs and everything else. It wasn't. And her story made me cry because she was living on the street struggling, and somebody came into her little tent thing and raped her. And she still came out with a smile on her face, trying to be cheerful. And then eventually she ended up getting a job. They made fun of her at the job, but she kept on going anyway. And that motivated me. And I said, you know what, this is something I can see. And Skid Row up in LA, anybody up in the LA area, you know about Skid Row, they cover that area too, and many other parts of the country. So I believed in what they were doing, and I've been working with them, and they reached out. So you can kind of understand why I'm picking and choosing the companies that we're supporting. And there's others that's not even on this list. And that doesn't even include the ones that we do in our local areas as well. So it's going to be helpful. I really believe it will. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Thank you again. Thank you so much for everything that you do.
Yeah, man. Well, thank God. You know what I mean? Sometimes, let me say this, and I'm going to get to these other hands and run through it quickly, but let me say this. Some of you guys have been through some very bad situations in your life, and you're very bitter. Not you, I ain't talking to you, but I'm sharing this as a story for everybody to hear.
Yes, sir.
Some people are very bitter because of your experiences. I can get that way too. But what I have made a commitment and a promise to do with my life after everything that happened to me, I have made a commitment that I will take revenge on life itself, not on the people who did me wrong, but on life itself. And how will I do that? You tried to break me down to absolutely nothing. I was at the highest point in my life, very wealthy, comfortable, living around the corner from celebrities and this and that, and you broke me down and took almost everything from me, except for my mind. And for that, I will pay you back. How? Because Uncle P gonna do stuff like this. You tried to take me down, I'm gonna go back and build up others through this. I'm gonna go back and help others to learn how to trade and make money. I'm gonna lift people out of their bad situation on my level. If God takes me to a higher level, that's fine. But on the level I am at, I'm gonna do the best I can to pay life back for trying to tear my life apart. And I'm gonna go back and help others to rebuild theirs. And I'm doing it through this program, and I'm doing it by helping you guys with a software and trading software to help you see these charts so you can put that paper up in your pockets. And if God asks you, hey, there's a homeless man on the corner, I need you to give him some money. And the man say, hey, can I have something to eat? You bet not. Tell that person, well, I don't know if they're on drugs or not. That ain't none of your damn business. And I ain't talking to you personally, but I'm being dead serious. That ain't none of your damn business. Because they would have judged me the exact same way if I would have ended up on the streets. And I was right there, 1 week away from it. And they would have looked at me and just judged me and said, oh man, I think he's on drugs. Not knowing I'm Uncle P. I have potential, but I'm just going through a situation. And that's how people judge. They pull up to the light, see a person with a sign and just judge them. Oh, they on drugs. How do you know? Did you even ask them their name? Did you hear their story? And we just walk past these people like they're invisible. And that's why I like the name of his company, Invisible People, because the poor are invisible to people who feel comfortable. They're not even human to them. They just walk right over them. I would have been one of them. People around the world respect me, that's fine. But what if I was the homeless dude? You wouldn't have respected me. You would have walked right past me like I was trash on the street and saying that I'm on drugs. And it wasn't that. I went through a Job experience. And thank God for his grace to get me, to help me to turn it around. And as a result of that turnaround, I am not going to forget what I went through. And that's why I'm going to help these people on my own. If God sends other companies or organizations to help, so be it. If not, so well. Let me tell you one more thing. I'm sorry for holding you up, brother. Do you know what my bigger perspective is? I had an idea, and I don't know how to pull it off, but here's one of my ideas. There's, for an example, in LA, okay, down up in LA. In the LA area, they have what's called Skid Row. Well, they give these people tents, they give them checks and this and that. But what's the biggest problem? You're expecting these people to clean up their behavior when you're keeping them in the same environment. You know what my idea is? And I spoke to a business person about this recently, a friend, and he's a business person. He said, that's actually a good idea. I said, if it was me and I had the resources to do on a massive scale, I would go into every major city and find land outside of the city in a distance. And I would build these huge facilities where there's educational places where they can learn how to trade, where they can learn this, where they can learn Bitcoin and crypto and this and learn some skills. But they're away from their environment. So therefore, they don't have instant access to the drugs and whatever else to help cope. Because that's another thing. Some of these people are on drugs because they just have nothing. They need something to cope, to keep their mind together. Their situation is so bad. They need something to cope. So while you're blaming them for being on drugs, you're not in a situation, sitting on the streets, digging in trash cans just to get a meal. You ain't going through that. So shut your mouth. They're on drugs to deal with what they got to deal with, just to keep their mind in order. And those who can't, those are the ones who you see their mind snapped and they're crazy because it was too much on the human soul. And here these judgmental people come walking down the street, always talking about somebody with your high and mighty self. Not you, man, but y'all understand what I'm saying? This is serious. And you leave it to me, I'm going to build facilities, major facilities, where they can learn how to do farming and all these skills. And now they pick up a skill set. And you have to earn your way to be there. But you're not going to be in your regular neighborhood where you can just turn around the corner and go get some drugs. We're going to have a rehab facilities. We're going to have doctors. We're going to have barbers and beauticians on facility to help you look good and feel good about yourself again. Put you in some education so you can learn some actual skills so you can feel like you're a productive human being again.
Yes, sir. Yes,
that's
sir.
What's on my mind. So again, brother, sorry for holding you up, but again, that's on my mind.
Yes, sir. That's amazing. That's
Have a good
amazing.
one, my little brother. Let me get to the rest of these hands. Y'all understand? Type in 100 if you understand what I'm saying. This is what's in Uncle P's heart. So if you think I'm scamming, whatever, bye. I ain't tripping. But I tell you this, I will not let the devil take what he did to me and destroy me. And I'm just going to walk away and take it and say nothing. I will do my best to change lives. I'm very vengeful, but not against people, but against life. I will repay by helping others to not go through what I went through. It's very serious. And if God tells you to donate to somebody, shut your mouth and your judgmental attitude. Well, they might be on drugs. It could be you. Imagine you in the streets, in a tent, in the rain, and then some person just comes in there who's also homeless, humping and pumping on you. That would drive you crazy too. Yeah, you would want a drug just to cope with what just happened to you. So before you open your mouth about them, shut it up, because it could have been you if it wasn't for the grace of God. Shut up. You're not in their shoes. You don't know what's going on. And you summon people up with a 30-second glance. How dare you? How dare you? And then turn around and hate when people judge you. And you're very good at judging others. How dare you? You better humble yourself. Let me say this one more thing before we go. This just happened. And I was out with Nancy and we were walking at this place. And I couldn't stop crying. This man was sitting out there homeless and he said, hey, can you help a brother out? And I reached in my wallet and I gave him something. But I looked behind me and there was a lady who was pushing a cart and her head was down. She asked me for nothing. She didn't even ask me for nothing. Her head was down while she was slowly pushing the cart. She didn't ask me for nothing. I went in my wallet, took out everything I had in there, and I walked over to her and I gave it to her. And she was so mentally beat down until she glanced up a little bit and said, "Oh, thank you so much," and put her head back down. She felt so inhumane until she didn't even feel comfortable lifting her eyes up to look at another person. And these are the people you say, "Oh, I don't need to do nothing. Well, I don't know if they're going to use my money for drugs." How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? If you are ever in my presence and I hear that come out of your mouth, you will never be in my presence again. Never. I don't hang around people who talk like that. It is none of your business to judge people. You have no idea. None. Shut up and be grateful that it wasn't you. But also be open-minded and open-hearted to help somebody else, because you really don't know. You don't know. I've given money to people and then they turn around and say, "Thank you so much. I haven't eaten in 2 days." And they look like drugs addicts, but they weren't. They were starving in America. And if I wouldn't have gave them nothing, that would have been another day with them having nothing to eat, because I would have did just like some of y'all and gave a 30-second analysis and said, "Oh, I think they're on drugs." And they were starving. And they cried. It happened to me many times. They cried on the spot because everybody else passed them up and they were hungry and cold. Nobody cared. And I know this has nothing to do with these charts, but you better understand this is where Uncle P is. Because I was 1 week from being them. And I could have walked off and said, "Well, it wasn't me. Thank God got me out of that." I ain't gonna never do that. Period. Never. Me and my child was about to be on the streets. And by the way, why do I do whatever my wife asked me? Because at the time when she met me, that was when my life was happening. Most women wouldn't even fool with me. "Oh man, he ain't got no money, man. Bump him." And my wife told me, I'm 1 week from homelessness with my daughter in a 7,000 square foot house that I'm about to get kicked out of. And she said, "If we need to stay somewhere, you can come on over here." And all she had at the time was a 2-bedroom apartment for her and her son. And she said, "Y'all can come over here. We'll figure it out. You'll be all right." And now that I'm back on my feet, you're doggone right, I'm gonna take care of Nancy. You're doggone right. She was there when our brother had nothing but a broken heart to offer. So you understand people before you get them. And the grace of God, I ended up being able to keep that home because God said, "Pat, you're not going to lose it." I said, "But God, he said, I said, you're not going to lose it. I'm going to take care of you." And they ended up lowering my note so cheap until for my large home, custom built home, I was ended up paying more. I was paying so cheap until it was less than some people's rent on their home. God was faithful to me. God was faithful. He said, "I told you weren't going to lose that home. Don't worry about it. I got you." Type amen if you understand what I'm saying here. I know this ain't got nothing to do with this trading stuff, but some of you guys need to hear. You need to understand that you can turn it around. I don't care how bad it was. You can turn it around and use what happened to you for good. The Bible says, "Be angry, but sin not." I am angry, but I don't have to sin against people. I'm going to come against life and I'm going to do stuff like this. I'm going to vent my anger. but I ain't doing it through sin. And you can do it too. I know you're in pain because of what happened to you, but it don't have to be that way. Become an ultimate force for good. And make life pay you back for what it did. Not people, forgive people, but attack life. Like going out and helping others. Now let me get to the rest of these hands and get up out of here because I'm far beyond my time. All right, let me quickly go through this list. Go right ahead there.
Hey, Uncle P.
What up, what up, what up?
Oh, I'm enjoying the class. It's much needed. I need to hear it all, and it's making me and shaping me into how I should be thinking as a trader, you know?
Yes.
So, and being a successful trader, all of that counts. So keep it going, Uncle P. We need to hear it all.
Thank you, sis.
But what I called to just right quick for purchasing the system, what was the email you referenced once you purchased the system that we needed to?
Tutorials, it's in there. Just go through the installation video with all that's in there.
Okay, yeah, because I just purchased it and I wasn't sure.
Let me show you where. So.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Let me show you. Yeah, that's already in there. I was just showing you guys a demonstration of it, but it's already still in there. So.
Okay, cool.
When you go to the trainings and you scroll to the bottom, and notice where I put the download links. I put them way at the bottom because see, with simplicity, people were downloading it and weren't even taking a look at the tutorial. So I put them way at the bottom. You don't even get to them until you went through the tutorial. So if you watch this video here, the installation video, in here, it will tell you exactly where to send your information to get your stuff activated and all that. So just watch this one here.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Uncle P.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Yep. All right. Let me get to the next hand. Let me quickly get up out of here. All right. Coach DQ, go ahead and unmute.
Hey, how you doing?
What up with you, man?
I finally caught you after, this is my third time because I work during the morning.
Yeah.
So, and I could show you, you know, I could walk my laptop around, but I have my own training studio and all that. So I'm never able to catch class like that.
Yeah, I understand.
So, and I heard you was dropping this. I literally canceled out my whole morning just so I could be present.
Wow, well, praise God. Thank you for being here, man.
But I just wanted to say, it probably has nothing to do with this program in particular, but you can't overlap this with simplicity, right? Would that be too much?
Absolutely, you can. Yeah, you can. Okay. Brother, okay. I have a template with my, that's what I was saying, and that's why if you go through the tutorials, you'll see there's a special offering here for the third scanner, because I have my 3 employees. This one has is a discount on the Simplicity scanner, but with this scanner, it comes with the Easy Pips trading system, which comes with the arrow. Okay. And therefore you can use that in conjunction, which is what I do. I have my Simplicity arrow and I use it on a 15-minute and I do adjust it down. Normally I use a 13. Sometimes I use an 8, you know what I mean? Since I'm trading off the 4-hour and so when I'm seeing the setup on the 4-hour and I still want to drop down to either the 5-minute or the 15-minute for confirmation, I use it in conjunction with my arrows from this system.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can overlap them. That's why I said every piece of this is interchangeable to use how you want. But yeah, that's the whole point. It overlaps. I use mine with my Simplicity.
Okay. Also,
easy picks, either one.
I want to say thank you for remaining yourself. What brought me to your video was I seen you dress like me. You know, like I had a mentor, and I'm not trying to crap on, but you know, I pretty much got, you know, took. You know what I mean? And I was sitting there and I was depressed. I'm like, man, what am I going to do? You know, I only got a certain amount of hours I can work because of how my business is.
Yep.
And I came across you. You were sitting on a hotel in Florida, I think, with the laptop.
Yep.
It just pulled me in. I was like, yo, is there something about the video that just pulled me in? And then I just knew you were authentic. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. I appreciate that so much.
Appreciate that. Brother, let me tell you something. I know I'm talking about the homeless and all this and that, and I'm showing my passion, but the truth is I'm too hurt to waste my time scamming people. That's why if they think I'm a scam, do whatever, man. Let me tell y'all something. Let me say this to you real quick. I know you took off work, but you know what? I have a little thing right here, a little tab, and it says time is life's currency. See, I know we trade currencies in the markets, but the truth of the matter is you are a limited resource and you only got several number of hours of life on this planet. And when it's over, it is over. I don't have time to play games with people. I gotta be me. God has brought me, and listen, I wasn't scamming people when I didn't even know where I was going to live the next week.
Right.
And I still was being honest then. So why would God has brought me this far and all of a sudden I feel the need to go, I don't spend the money I already have.
Yeah.
I don't even spend that. I save it because I know a crisis is in this world or coming. We think we've seen something, it's going to get worse. I know that. So I'm storing up for the winter, but it ain't like I'm out there buying mansions and this and that. For what? I don't need all that. So why scam to get more when I'm not even using what God has given me? I'm trying to use it wisely by storing it up to protect my family, but I don't need to do all that. I didn't do it when I was broke. I'm not going to start now.
Right. You can tell you have a certain thing of authenticity about you that, you know, that pulls the right kind of people in.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean? And I like the community that we got.
Yeah,
you are very helpful. And I used to be homeless too, so I can relate to that a lot. You know what I mean? I slept outside for 2 months, and it's cold up here in upstate New York. You know what I mean? So, it's
Let me ask
possible.
you this. I know this is off topic, but how
Yeah.
was people treating you at that time?
Well, people were saying that I was like lazy, and nobody wanted to. So I was trying to go down to get some food stamps. I was trying to get some food stamps. And I went to the office to get some emergency stamps. You know, I told the lady my position, and she said, we can't give you any food stamps because you're registered in college. I'm like, yeah, but I have nowhere to stay. I'm sleeping outside. And this was back when the bus terminals used to push the button to make the heat come on. So that's how I survived through February and March in Rochester, New York, which is right below Lake Ontario. So I couldn't get that. And I got, I don't know, man. I got to a point where I was finna give up on life. I'll tell you that. And
Trust me, I understand.
Yeah.
See, this is the stuff I ain't getting talked about. This is what I'm saying, bro. I know I'm off topic.
Yeah.
I know. But do y'all hear? See, this, I'm not making this stuff up. Listen to what this brother is saying. He's here now, obviously doing better. But listen to what he's saying.
Yeah. Like it's a blessing to have somebody that's real authentic in this industry. I just, happened to bump into it on accident. I was finna give up, honestly. I was finna give up, because I got this small training studio, and it's hard. It's tough up here because people don't take fitness as serious as people do on the coastal regions and down south. So it's very tough up here.
Yep.
And, I was like, man, I'm about to go get a regular job. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yep.
And then your video literally just came up on YouTube. I was like, he got the hat on. He got the New York hat on. Wait a minute. Let me click on this. And I clicked on it, and I've been in ever since. You know what I mean? So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. And thank you for sharing your story, because it's actually very timely to reinforce. You're actually right on time, because you're reinforcing exactly what I'm trying to explain to people. You cannot keep turning your nose up at people, assuming that everybody who's on the streets holding a sign up, and I'm not saying you did this, but you can't assume that everybody is on drugs. Some people just hit a hard time, and they just need a little bit of something to get back on their feet and this and that. Everybody ain't drug addicts and scammers. That's the problem. And people will, they will, and I'll say this and let you go, brother. You know what fascinates me about people? Cocky, arrogant people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I don't like about them. Stubborn people. I don't deal with them.
Right.
If I pull up a chart, they spend more time analyzing the chart than they do a person. They will sum you up in 10-second glance and say, oh, this person is on drugs. Oh, this person, this and that. And they summed you up in 10 seconds. And that's a human being, but you spend more time analyzing a chart than you did analyzing the person who you just judged.
Right.
How dare you?
Yes, sir.
Am I not telling the truth?
You're telling the truth, man. 1000%.
And that pisses me off to my ultimate core.
Yeah.
You spend more time analyzing a freaking chart than you did judging that person at a glance, and you know nothing about them. You're so rude, you couldn't even say hi. If you can't give them some, at least you can just give them a hi. Let them feel like they're a human being and not invisible.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yes, I'm being very blunt today, because this means something to me. And it pisses me off beyond measure, How can you judge a person in less than 10 seconds, but then you take all day to make a decision on one trade? All right. Elliot, what's happening, Elliot?
Hey, baby.
What up, man?
What
Good to
up?
hear your voice, brother.
What up? I see the replays, every single replay. I just haven't been able to get there live.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. I know you're busy, bro. Good to hear.
But hey, you know, the trip we've taken, it's really awesome in my head.
Yeah, man.
You know, triple arrows, the too easy, the simplicity, you know, every time something came out, I had another orgasm. You know, you know, just for you, how much you've accomplished in this short period of time with the trading, it really, congratulations, man, really.
Elliot, really. You always got a good joke. That's the sexy analyst. But thank you, bro.
The sexy analyst. That's, you know, it's like phone sex. It's Forex sex. Let's see if somebody tries to copy that name.
Oh my God.
Uncle Lee and the sexy pole. No. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, Elliot, you always get something. Oh my God, that's too funny.
It really is. But
bro, you got me crying laughing.
The journey has just been amazing.
It really has, man. I thank you for rocking with it, brother.
And, you know, all this time. You know, thanks for being the kind of bulletproof shield to all the scammers, because, you know, you sit up there and these jerk offs take pot shots at you.
Yeah.
And I you know, I'm just right there with you. I sympathize and, you know, see the evil of these people.
Yeah, man. But you know what? Here's what I learned. I learned that, and this is why it's very important to have a purpose in life. Even if it's something that makes you so furious in your soul, use that as your purpose in life. Because if it wasn't for my drive on my purpose in life, which is actually to help people, not just in trading, but I know I'm touching lives by sharing my story of other things as well, so that they can get a collective, healthy perspective on how to live. If it wasn't for that, Elliot, I promise you, I would have been quit a long time ago. Yeah, you've been around for a long time. You've seen all this treacherous stuff that happened, and I would have been quit.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I would have quit a long time ago, brother. It's a very discouraging road, but they fuel my anger to keep me going, because you didn't piss me off. I was already pissed in the first place with my agenda to keep me. I already had this fuel in me, and you just pissed me off. You're adding more fuel to keep me going, to prove you wrong even further. So a lot of the people who initially keep trying to attack me, over time, they drift off, and here's Uncle P still rolling.
For sure. For sure.
Yep. So I appreciate you, brother.
Oh, no, I appreciate you too. Words can't communicate that.
Yeah, man.
I just wanted to ask one question.
Sure.
When you first showed the charts with the trend line, the outer and the inner trend line, is that like the default that it has both trend lines, or do you have to pick outer or inner?
No, you can save the template to how you want. Me personally, the default is the outer trend lines are on, the inner trend lines are off. But what you can do is, after you've customized it to your liking, then save the template, and then every time you open up that chart, it will come with whatever one you want.
Right. So you have, the first time you showed a chart, that was with the outer trend line.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay, and so that's how you would gauge the bounce, because it would be hitting the hour trend line. The scanner you designed would actually send you tell you that happened, and the other scanner would tell you if there was also support and resistance there.
That's correct.
You're using, you said, the 4-hour support and resistance.
However, keep in mind, and that's why this particular video, This one here that says very important, make sure to watch that. It's extremely important. And this one here, because there's a hidden feature in there that I did not discuss today. I'm saving it for you guys to watch in the videos, because even those are customizable. So you'll be able to see that in these videos, that even that is customized according to how your broker functions and according to how you want to trade. So there's still even more features that I didn't discuss. But as you guys go through the tutorials, make sure to watch these 2 videos. They're extremely important and they'll be helpful.
And so you also mentioned that you had the simplicity arrow on one of your templates.
Yes. So what I do is, that's why I call it my 3 employees, because what I do is on one of my templates, like the ones I showed you guys today, I didn't put it on there just in case nobody wants it. That's fine. But on one of my personal templates, I saved it as sexy simple. Why? Because it has the sexy analyst, but I use my arrow from simplicity on it. So that when I get an alert on the 4 hour and I'm looking for the setup, everything looks good, maybe I just need one more confirmation. And what is that? That's my arrow that I have always been using for a very long time. I can drop to a 5 or 15 minute and boom, the simplicity arrow comes in. And now I feel completely comfortable taking that trade.
And and the arrow comes in a little bit later after the support and resistance, or you haven't seen?
So what I do is I actually, like the default on the simplicity arrow or the easy pips, because again, if you just buy the simplicity scanner, it comes with a separate system, which is easy pips.
Right,
and
I
both
have
of them,
that too.
you can do that. Okay, so me personally, I will set the arrow on maybe a 7 or 8. Typically, when I'm using simplicity, I use it on a 13 setting. But for this system, again, customizing it to how I like, I drop it down to about maybe a 7 or 8. Why? Because I want to get in a little bit quicker, because I can see these charts a little bit differently than I see on simplicity. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, exactly.
To get me in a little bit earlier, because I already see everything I need to see. And realistically, I don't really need more, but more is better when I'm looking for confirmations to make sure I'm staying out of bad trades. So I use that on the lower time frame on a 15-minute entry or a 5-minute entry. And I use my arrow from the simplicity or the scanner easy pips. I use that arrow as a confirmation to say, okay, now I really feel 100% comfortable with the trade, and boom, I'm good to go.
Got it. Got it.
So
Okay.
I
It
save
seems
all
like
these different templates, which is what I do. I have one template with it, one template without it.
then it seems like with the 4-hour setup, which I always liked with simplicity, there's plenty of time to get into the trade.
That's exactly right.
You know, sometimes there's 2, 3, 4 4-hour bars right in the same area.
That's right.
You know, going up and down. And so you've got your red zone and you got your support and resistance and you got your trend line. When all those line up, you go the direction that it tells you.
That's exactly my point. There's no reason to be
very good.
taking bad trades out of FOMO, fear of missing out. We in class, we have been talking about that for the longest over the last couple of weeks, because a lot of people, Elliot, is taking trades out of FOMO, fear of missing out. So as soon as this thing is moving, they just ready to jump. And I used to be like that, so I know how it is. So I'm not making fun of them. I just know that was a very frustrating and scary way of trading, because I really don't know what's going on. So I'm just hopping in because it looks like it's moving and I don't want to miss out on a good trade. But in essence, it was fake outs. And so now that I'm looking at it from the 4-hour perspective, each one of those candles represent 4 hours. 2 candles off the 4-hour time frame is a work day, because it's 8 hours. That's just 2 candles on the 4 hour. It's 8 hours. That's a full work day. I can go hang out with Nancy, do whatever I want to do, and come back and still comfortably enter the trade in an appropriate way. So that's the reason why I migrated over to the 4-hour setups, because of time and peace of mind. And now with this one, I can see it even clearer, because it gives me my trend lines, my support and resistance levels, my supply and demand zones. All these different individual things are reading something different, and they're coming to a collective story. So in essence, it's giving me a harmonic viewpoint that everybody's singing the same song. So I now can feel comfortable entering. And then when I use my arrow on the lower time frame for entry, that's even more confirmation. So now my trading accuracy is climbing through the roof, and my losses are decreasing.
Right. Right. And it looks like it makes it really easy to go both ways.
Absolutely.
You know, with the trend and retracements.
That is correct.
Yeah. So
Got it.
congratulations.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate you riding with me.
Really good work. Really, really good work.
And I appreciate your jokes, man. I miss your jokes.
Thanks.
All right,
Thanks
brother.
a lot. All
Let me
right.
get you this next one. Thank you. All right, cool. All right, let me get to William. And then Lamar, you'll be the last person. I got to get out of here. All right, William.
Hey, Uncle Pete.
What up? What's going on with you?
Everything is great, man. You know, you're a great man, Uncle Pete. You know, I really appreciate you ever since I got into this Forex thing. You know, I mean, I've been struggling for so long, you know, like, you know, I'm 76 years old, you know, I'm doing this for my granddaughters and stuff, you know.
That's right.
I've been in Nancy's class, you know, and I'm starting to see things there, you know. I woke up this morning, you know, I think it was one of those, I think it was GBP Y Japan or something like that.
GBP.
I know I woke up this morning, you know, I used the saddle strategy, you know, where I said a buy stop and a buy sell.
Yeah.
You know, above and below, you know, when it's in you know, when it's going in the channel and stuff, you know.
Yeah, consolidating.
I woke up this morning, you know, I had over 3,000 and some pips, you know. I thought it was going the wrong way. I took another look and it was to the good, you know. I said, wow, I did something right.
Yeah, man.
Know? And then I came back. So this morning, you know, I said, well, I'm going to check out Uncle Pete because it's been a while since I've been there and stuff, you know. Yeah. And I come back, you know, and I see this here new program that you got, man. I mean, you just blow that out of the water, bro. I mean, come on now. I mean, you got so much, you know. I mean, the power that's invested in you, you know, that comes from God. You know, that's God's power that's in you. And like, you know, I'm a you know, type of guy. You know, I feel sorry for anybody that I see, man. I see people out on the street, you know, here, I'm gonna give them something, you know, and I have to get away from them because it brings tears in my eyes, you know.
Yeah, man.
And you know, like right now, you know, I'm getting ready to Niagara right now, you know.
Yeah, man. Yes.
You know, but I mean, you're a great man. I mean, I appreciate everything that you do. I don't know, people just don't know, you know. More people need to know about you, you know, because you know, hey, you just do everything. You know, I never, ever met anyone like you.
And you know what, brother, let me tell you something. This is for everybody. Anybody who's out there discouraged, and I know this ain't about Forex. I know, but you need to hear this. If anybody out there is just dealing with straight up discouragement, depression, or whatever, because you think that life is just not working out the way you thought, and you're evaluating your value. Do you know the word self-esteem? That's actually what it means. If you reverse those two words, it simply means just that. You're esteeming yourself. And it simply means, what is your estimated value? That's what self-esteem means. And when people say I have low self-esteem, they're saying I have a low estimated value of myself.
Exactly.
And that happens is because life has done so much damage to you. That's why that woman broke my heart, and I couldn't even enjoy my date with Nancy because I didn't want to tell my wife nothing, but my soul was in turmoil because I know her estimated value of herself was so low until she couldn't even look another human in the eye anymore. That's self-esteem. But I'm coming to tell you guys that God can turn things around for you. If you don't quit, he won't quit on you. And you have no idea that may be the lowest point. And then just like these charts, like we saw on GBP, USD, we hit the lower trend line and then bounced up. That could be your life. And that's what he did to me. I thought I was at the lowest of low and I thought it was going to get worse. But in essence, I was sitting at the bottom and then he bounced me up just like price action. And I wouldn't be here today if I would have just said, you know what, I don't think I need to ride this world no more. I wouldn't be here. So don't ever quit anybody. If you're out there and you're struggling, don't you dare stop, because you could be at your low. And then from there, God can turn it around and bounce. And then you'll be the person he uses to touch lives around the world. You just have no idea yet because you're just seeing it from where you are, not where you can be. So keep on going.
Yeah, that's great, Uncle Pete. You know, like I said, you know, I mean, I see so many people out there, you know, and I'm the type of guy, you know, I try to help everybody I see. I mean, my wife, she always tell me, say, you're always trying to help people and stuff, but you don't even know them. They don't even know you and stuff. I said, well, that's the point. I mean, I ain't got to know no one to really help them and stuff,
Right.
If I see someone out there that needs some help, I'm going to help them,
Yeah, right.
I mean, I've helped people, when I didn't have things myself, the last in my pocket, I would give it to them and stuff, I remember I had $20. I was going to buy me some eggs and some stuff like this, some pork chops and stuff, And I seen this here one lady, and she might have had money, but she was just down, and out, and she had a little sign and stuff, say, will you please help, and I'm going, I was getting ready to walk past, it says something said, hey, look, stop,
Yeah.
And I gave her that $20, and I walked back home, I'm sitting up here, I didn't have nothing to eat, and then, a neighbor came by and stuff, and brought me a lot of stuff, from a church and stuff, I mean, he brought me a lot of stuff from a church and stuff, that I wasn't even expecting that, but that just goes to show you.
It doesn't turn a blind eye to your efforts. And this is what people don't understand. Selfish people don't get this. They think they have to consume and safeguard and just, and they don't know if you open your hand, God will open his hand to you.
Yeah. You see, I mean, that's what happened, I was just in awe all day over that and stuff, So, like now, I see people out there and stuff. I don't care, if I can help them, I'm going to help them and stuff, I don't have a lot myself, but hey, they, I figure that I got more than them, because they're out there in the street and stuff, I see them, they got their tent set up and everything. They probably get a little food stamps and everything, but they're still outside, in the elements and stuff, with very little protection from the elements and stuff, you see.
Let me tell you this, brother. It's funny you brought that up. My wife and I, and this just recently happened. My wife and I was in a particular area of the country, and it was very late. I was tired. And so we saw IHOP. And I went to go park my car. And when I parked my car, my brother, there was this white guy sitting on the ground on the side of a 7-Eleven building, just sitting on the ground.
Yep.
And you say, well, there's a lot of those. No, but no, that ain't it. The problem is that I had to take my wife and pull the car in front of the door of the IHOP first because it was stormy. And when I turned to go park my car and I get out, here's this man sitting on cardboard outside of a 7-Eleven propped up against one of those little machines that sits outside trying to protect himself from this chaotic storm that was just raining down on him.
Yeah.
And I emptied my wallet to help him out. And he said, are you sure? I said, I'm absolutely sure, sir. Because if he wanted to come in and get something to eat, that's fine with me. And if anybody in there would have said a single word, they would have had to deal with Uncle P, because he has funds. And just because he may not be clean, don't mean he ain't got money now. Because he gave because he was in the storming rain sitting on the street. And these are the people that get walked past like they're invisible. No, brother, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I don't have to know him.
Yeah,
I'm not even doing it for notoriety anyway. So I don't need, matter of fact, to be honest with you, my dear brother, I like the way I'm doing things.
Yeah.
Because I can walk out of my door now and go anywhere and hardly anybody knows exactly who I am.
Exactly.
But I know that I've touched a number of lives around the world over my years of doing different things. I know I have, but yet I can walk out and I don't need you to know who I am. I just need you to see the effects of what I'm doing. And maybe you be the beneficiary of what I'm doing, but you don't need to know me. Knowing me for what? It's not necessary. God needs to know me and my wife. Other than that, I don't need people, because they'll tear you up and tear you down. You make one mistake, they're going to tear you down. Look at Will Smith. He got mad because of what happened with his wife, and there you have me on opinions. I got that. But his one mistake of walking up there and putting his hands on that brother has just altered his entire life. And now everybody who respected and liked him for years, you got all these people who turn in against, and he was just angry in the moment because of something that was said about his wife. Now, if any one of us as real men, you talk crazy about our wife, we might do the same thing. But he's a public figure, so now his whole career is distorted.
Yeah.
I don't need all that, because if you see me going off the wrong way, you're going to be like, well, that's Uncle P. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to lose because I'm not trying to be popular. That's why I don't want to be a preacher. I don't want to be this. I just want to be a good servant of God and do my part to make this world a little bit better. But I don't need the titles. I don't need the popularity. I don't need all that. I don't need it to do what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And I need to be popular amongst the poor so that when I come around, they know this brother is here to help. So let the poor be my audience. I don't need everybody. Now, if God puts me in that position, I'm going to be saying the same thing to the wealthy people who's around me. We need to pay attention to these people so they can feel like a celebrity just like you do. I'm not going to change my ways.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like who I am now because I know what I'm here for. So thank you, my dear brother. Let me get this last hand. I'm out here.
And you know, God bless you, Uncle Pete. You know, I really appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Thank you, brother.
Okay.
Let me get this last hand and we're done. Lamar, go right ahead.
Hello.
Hey,
how are
you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Good, good.
It's just concerning this the license key. I don't really get it. If you want to get the license key for the new system that you're actually talking about, so I came to the class, and that's why I'm asking. I don't really know. What does that really mean? The purchasing license key, is it going to be monthly or is it yearly?
No, it's just monthly, $29 a month. Because if you don't like it, you ain't stuck to nothing.
Okay, just monthly, right? Concerning the license
and it comes with two license keys. It comes with 2 license keys for each of those things. So you get 2 license keys for the sexy analyst, 2 for the SR support and resistance scanner, and 2 for the trend line scanner. Okay. And once you go through this installation video right here, it'll tell you exactly how to get them.
Okay. Yep. And again, is that the last question is concerning the signal, is it going to be like my system got to be on, or it can be off before I can get the alerts on my phone, or I don't get that area, or is there must that my laptop got to be on before I could get the signal that's there's a buy signal or there's a sell signal coming up? I don't get that.
Yes, correct. So think of it like this. You know, if you want to go to the store in your car, but your car is turned off, will you be able to get to the store?
No.
There you go. Same thing with this. If you turn it off, it has to be on and running for it to scan the markets. That's what it's doing. It's constantly scanning the market. So if you turn any of these off, then there's nothing, it can't scan because you turned it off. So it has to be on at all times. So what I do, I have like a leather computer. You know, if I'm to have this one, or maybe if I'm on traveling or something, I would have a designated little laptop or something and just have those scanners running so that they can send me the alerts, because they have to be reading the markets at all times. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They have to be on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Did that make sense, though, sir?
Okay. Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, yes. So they have to be on because
that's
the only way they're going to be able to read what's going on in the markets to find those opportunities to send the alert. So if you don't leave them on, they won't have a way of reading the markets.
Okay, can I put it on a VPN or something, you know? Maybe
I know a lot of people who use VPNs. I just don't say anything about VPNs because there's so many of them out there and some work very well and some don't. But there's a bunch of people who use VPNs for this stuff. So long as your VPN works on your let me reverse that. As long as your MT4 works on that VPN, then these will work because they work on your MT4. They have nothing to do with a VPN or not. So if your MT4 works very well on a VPN, then yes, it will work.
Okay. And again, is it compulsory that I take those trades on doing the London section? You know, we all know that the London section is the big mammoth jam of all the sections.
Right. So this is why I won't get into a strategy because with these tools, maybe you don't want to trade London. Like for an example, in some of the sample, go through the tutorials and you'll see several trades that I took. I actually didn't take them at the beginning of London. I took them at the end of London on pullbacks. See, so it's so many different ways you can use this trading system to develop a particular strategy. That's why I won't teach strategies on how to use this. So no, you don't have to just be isolated to using this just during London. So for an example, if you're trading with the trend, then pullback times may work better for you, which means the end of London will be the better time to enter because it then drop and then it pulls back at the end of London. So you just play with it around your own type of strategy and you'll see the timing. So again, if I'm playing pullbacks, I'm not waiting until London. I can wait till the end of London because that's when it pulls back. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like for an example,
Right.
when we saw the NZD USD, it dropped during the London session the day before, but it hit support level on the uptrend on that 4 hour. And what that thing do? It shot all the way back up. When did it do that? At the end of London. It didn't happen during London. So like I said, that's the reason why I just toy with it and you'll see what I'm saying. And then on next Tuesday, we'll be having class. That'll give everybody enough time to toy with it, play with it. And then if you have some questions, and again, I won't teach strategies because you can develop your own thing around this, but I can give you pointers. Okay. And I'll do that next week, not this.
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah, it sounds good, brother. Thank you.
Okay.
Got one more hand. One more. You squeezed in at the last minute. It says, Tiara, go right ahead.
Hi, Uncle P.
What's happening? Hi, how are you?
I'm great now. I just purchased the system and I can't wait to get home and sexy up my charts.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Just a quick question.
Yeah.
For the monthly payment now, is it automatic? So it
Yes,
just
automatic.
recognizes it. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure I don't need to put a reminder on my phone to make sure that I make my
It's
payments.
automatic. And by the way, I'm glad you brought that up. I do not handle the billing. I've outsourced it to Stripe and PayPal, and that's their job to do all that. Reason why? Because I want to make sure that I'm clean and nobody can say, oh, Uncle P, he double charged me, he triple charged me, he doing this and that. If you got double charged, I mean, you signed up twice. And now I can go in and fix it, contact PayPal and fix that, but nobody can say Uncle P is trying to take their money, scamming them, taking their credit card information. I don't do none of that. That's why I was pissed when somebody was floating around talking about, oh, I'm Uncle P, send me $200 in Bitcoin. I ain't never have and never will do that. I don't want nothing. I don't get into that. So I'm glad you brought that up. No, they handle the processing and it's automated once a month. They bill for the $29 and there you go. But you can cancel at any time.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're very much welcome. Thank you. I'm glad I took your hand. Okay, you guys, I got to get out of here. I'm done. So if you like the system, go ahead on out. Like I said, just go to the home, go to loveyourcharts.com, or the tab is here on the Super Easy Forex website. And all you're going to do is scroll down here and you're going to click on this button here and go ahead and make the purchase and then go through the tutorials. Everything that you need to be able to activate it, get everything done is already on there. It's waiting for you. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm out. Have a good one. And I'll talk to you next week in class. Thank you.